All right. What is up, YouTube? What's going on, fellow fantasy people? And of course, what is up, the Catch fam? Hope everyone is doing great tonight. Hope you guys are ready for a little bit of Thursday night football action as we're just getting into the second quarter. So far, we have got a nice score by Antonio Brown. Very, very happy to see that. OJ Howard getting involved, getting the score as well. And Zach Ertz in the end zone. A night of tight ends. Leonard Fournette has looked good in this game, excuse me. Tampa Bay's looked good. Jalen Hurts showing some promise, but maybe a couple better plays could have made. But it's early in the game. So far, still a competitive game. But yeah, we'll just be cooling, watching the game, doing some fantasy Q&A, catching up with everyone. So hope everyone's doing great and ready for a great night. Go ahead and smash that like button, man. Let's try and get the stream to as many viewers as possible tonight, man. But just excited to be here as always, man, and looking forward to getting together with everyone, man. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. Juke, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. Thank you for the trade advice of AB for Robert Woods. Of course, man. Anytime. That's what we're here for, brother. Spencer Stern, yo. What's up, Spence? Hope you are doing fantastic tonight, man. Richard Glass, what is up? A pristine gentleman in the building tonight. Hope you are doing fantastic, Richard. So let me know what's going on, guys. How everyone's day went. Man, I had a long day. I'll tell you guys that much. But this is one of the best parts of the whole day. Is being able to hop on this stream every night and kick it with you guys, especially when there's football on as well, man. I love me some Thursday night football. I truly do. Remember when Thursday night football, was just like crappy games like every week? And don't get me wrong, most of them still aren't the most exciting teams, but when we got two competitive teams like the Eagles and Bucks playing, I just love it. Richard Glass, what's up? Random question. What game did you play when you had your gaming channel? So what I did was actually more like documentary style type videos on older video games, kind of from the generation that I grew up in. So like your PS2 games, Xbox games, and eventually I was going to get into GameCube games, but it didn't get quite that far. The channel's out there. It's called Thrift Shop Gaming. It still exists, but it didn't really take off. So yeah, I actually ended up playing, messing around with some Call of Duty as well, just because I was playing Warzone all the time with my boys, including Steven. So there is some Call of Duty on there as well, which is probably very, very cringy to watch. One day I'll go back and watch all those videos. It was definitely worth the experience. It got me so much far ahead, so much better suited to start this channel, man. But it just never took off. It is what it is. It's a big, long journey. And it definitely taught me a lot about video editing, how YouTube works. It taught me a lot of things. I'm really glad I did that channel, but it never worked out in the long run, which is all good because now we're here with the Catch fam, right? But yeah, it's out there, Richard. Thrift Shop Gaming, all together, all one word. So go watch it and make fun of it. Drop a comment. Chase Brown, yo, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, man. Aiden, what's up, dog? It's good to see you as always. Chase Brown, someone picked up Khalil Herbert since Damian Williams is out. He isn't even going to play against me. Not going to start him. He just didn't want me to get him. That forces me to play Darrell Williams. How do you feel about him? I don't mind that start. Spencer comes in and says that would be me. Yeah, I don't mind Darrell Williams. I kind of view him in a very similar fashion to how I view Damian Williams. So I don't mind it, man. I don't think it's a bad replacement for what the output that Williams was going to put in. I picked up Herbert in mine in Stevens League last week. I just liked what I saw. It was a good game. If he got in the end zone, right, he would have been a top waiver priority. And outside of not getting the end zone, he still had a good game, for a rookie and everything, 75 rushing yards. So I picked him up and just happened to work out, right? At least for this week. So shout out to Spence for taking him from you, but I don't mind starting Williams, man. Real Goated, what's up, man? It's good to see you as always. Hope you're doing fantastic, man. I hope you had a great day. Hope you're doing well, man. It's always good to have you here. Loyal member to the Catch fam. Shout out to Rio. Goated. Let's see. Chase Brown. This is the guy who I destroyed last week, 166 to 120. I think he's salty. And I see Spencer now had some confusion. Yeah, Spencer picked up Herbert in our league. And Spencer, that was great timing on that call, man. Like I didn't even realize till I got home from work that AB getting tackled in the backfield there. I didn't even realize that Williams was going to be out. So that was a very fast move and a very good move, Spence. So yeah, I truly had no idea until I got home. Let's see here. Aaron Reborn, what's going on, man? Good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to have you here. I hope you had a great day. Let me know, guys, in the chat. Most important question of the night. What did you guys eat for dinner? Gotta know. It's always on my mind. Ron the Goat. Yo, what's up, Catch fam? What's up, Ron the Goat? Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to have you here as always, man. Tom Brady here, dropping back on 30 and 11. Finds AB, who just can't quite make it to the first down marker. Jerry, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing fantastic, man. Still feel bad you didn't get to go on your trip. So yeah, I hope everything's well, man, and I hope that you get a little bit of relaxation time coming up sooner rather than later. Spencer, you will learn I am on point with fantasy news and waivers. That is why you are a critical member of the Catch fam, Spence. Yeah, I know you're on point already, Spence. I already knew this, man. You didn't have to tell me. It was a great pickup. It was a great pick. Great pickup. Sorry, Jerry. I just got done eating some tacos. I like it, man. We had taco night Monday night. The wife and I did. Oh yeah, I made some mean tacos, bro. Believe it or not, I made some black bean tacos. Yeah, they were great too. Good call, Jerry, on the tacos. Richard Glass, Thursday night is wings night. Yeah, first game of Thursday night football this year. I got like 100 wings. Not really, but I got like 30 wings, and they were great. I love wings night in the middle of the week. Typically, I was doing it like every Sunday, right? And then I just kind of slowed down. I haven't been on a big wings kick lately, believe it or not. But I'm always down for wings if they're presented to me. That's for sure. And actually, I said that, and I had wings yesterday. But my boss got lunch for me and one of my coworkers. He got lunch for us, and I got free wings. So free wings, right? If they're presented, hey, who's going to deny some free chicken wings, right? Ron the Goat. I'm about to eat broccoli with shrimp fried rice and baked chicken. Okay. I mean, that's a couple spectrums, right? We got broccoli, shrimp fried rice, and baked chicken. But man, I like some fried rice. Dude, fried rice is one of my weaknesses. So that's a good call, Ron the Goat. I like it. And I like the other two options. Nothing wrong with some broccoli and baked chicken. Marky Mark, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, dog. Lazy meal, Chef Boy, RD. Nothing wrong with that, man. I have a feeling the next coming months I'm eating a lot of lazy meals. Chase Brown facing against Ertz this week, and also I'm starting my other league. LOL. I don't know what I want from him. I would say a good game, but not a fantastic game, right? Enough to win you in one league and enough to not help you lose in your other league. Philly Mike, what's going on, man? Good to see you as always. Richard, if it's free, it's for me. Absolutely. Christian, what's going on, man? Who do you think will end better, Godwin or Mike Evans? That's a great question. I feel like over the past couple of weeks, man, Mike Evans has been the guy. At least the guy who's going to get that PPR value and the scoring value as well. So I'm kind of leaning Mike Evans, but maybe Chris Godwin is due for a better game. It's hard to say. So, but my gut feeling tells me at the moment it's Antonio Brown. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think it's Mike Evans. AB, man, I haven't even checked how many points he has for me, but he's going to have another big game, man. He's on a roll right now. This is why I drafted him as a number one receiver in mine Stevens League. Jerry, I haven't had some wings in so long. Bro, you need to get some wings. We need to hook you up, Jerry. Let me know how I can get you some wings. Chase Brown, should I drop Madison with Cook practicing or just keep in case? I mean, the output that we've gotten out of Dalvin Cook on the season, quite honestly, I would just hold on to Madison. I think he's probably the strongest handcuff in the league. I mean, I think he's right up there with Pollard, right? I mean, I quite like him. I don't really consider like Kareem Hunt a handcuff. For me, a handcuff situation is uh, the RB1 has the potential to go down or not play at times or not get a significant amount of game time if the team is up in points. So, I mean, AJ Dillon is someone I would consider a strong handcuff, Tony Pollard, and I think Madison's probably the strongest. So, in my uh, opinion, he's definitely worth holding on to, as Pollard is the best handcuff because Pollard produces when Zeke is playing. Yeah, I don't disagree with that point either. I love Pollard, love Madison. I really like AJ Dillon right now as well. So I think they're all great handcuff situations, although there are others out there as well. But yeah, I don't disagree with you, Spence. Jerry Steven is doing a strategy of only putting his kicker in. Yeah, I don't know why he does that, but it's Steven thing. What are you gonna do? He's mad at me because I picked up Zach Ertz in our league, and I actually didn't start Zach Ertz, but he has scored a touchdown, so I think Steven's mad at me. I think he's going to hop on for a bit tonight. I'm not 100% sure. It has nothing to do with Zach Ertz, though. I think he's just got work stuff going on. But let's see here. Uh, Christian, how much do you think Tampa Bay defense will drop? And game prediction? Good question. Listen, I look for Philly to actually put up around like 24 points tonight. I think this front seven is going to continue to play very well. I just think as this game goes on and Tampa Bay gets continues to produce points, I do think Philly's going to stay in this game. This secondary for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is just so bad, like bad. And Richard Sherman's hurt. I didn't see exactly what happened, but he went to the locker room, right? And I mean, not that Richard Sherman is an incredible upgrade to this defense. I mean, it's no disrespect to Richard Sherman, but I mean, they showed him covering Devonta Smith, on that first drive for the Eagles, and one on one. I mean, I think Sherm still needs a little bit of help right now, especially against such a speedy, athletic, rookie receiver, right? But that's just one example. So, but it still hurts Tampa Bay that Sherm is out, right? So, yeah, I mean, I look for Philly to put up at least 24 points, if not closer to the 31 mark, right? But I do think that Tampa wins this game by I would be willing to say by 10 points at least. So another target for Zach Ertz there. Got hit almost kind of out of bounds, but they kind of stumbled on each other. So yeah, um, I don't see Tampa Bay from from a fantasy perspective having a good game tonight. I do think this front seven will play well, and they're obviously shutting down the run. They've done a pretty good job shutting down Jalen Hurts in terms of rushing, right? But I do look for the secondary to begin to bend at some point in this game and probably break for the most part. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this front seven is good enough that the secondary at times can play relatively poor. And the offense is so damn good for Tampa Bay that it just doesn't matter. Jerry, I made a big mistake starting Rager in my other league. Well, he had, a pretty, I don't know the words I'm looking for. He had that target on that one drive that could have turned to a big play. And there's plenty of time left in this game, Jerry. Plenty of time for that Tampa Bay secondary to truly break. So I wouldn't give up hope just yet. Aiden, it looked like Sherman pulled his hamstring. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, man. I like Richard Sherman. I want to see him, be able to play again in the league. But I mean, I guess that's part of being out of the game for so long and then, hopping right back in, right? So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's nothing long term or anything like that. All right, let's see here. Go ahead and make sure you guys all smash the like button. Let's try and get as many new viewers to the stream as we can tonight. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone coming out, though. Of course, Thursday night, always a good time. Aaron Reborn, my team is going to my team is going to be slept on, but just wait until I figure out my RB situation. I mean, yeah, I do like your team quite a bit. I mean, everyone's team for the most part, just generally speaking, not just in the catch league, but in general, is going to have some weaknesses, right? Or a weakness. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. And if you can get a good handcuff streamer situation at the RB position, or another stud running back one goes down, then I mean, hey, it'll work out. Your receivers are absolutely stacked. So um, we'll see what happens, man. Don't stress about it too much. Christian, I started Mike Evans versus Gibson. Do you think I made the right decision? Uh yes. Yes. I do think Gibson could have a good game as well. Um, definitely less competition overall for Gibson compared to Evans, but I'm expecting a score out of Evans tonight. I'll be highly surprised if we don't see one. So I don't mind either start, but I like Evans quite a bit tonight. I probably would have started him myself. On the goat, I bet Fournette under 63.5 rushing yards, AB 2Ds, 2 touchdowns, and Hurts over 285 passing yards. Does Fournette already have over that amount? I mean, he was like kind of balling out, man, on some of those first couple drives. Let me pull up the stats. Let's see. Leonard Fournette. Here we go. All right, 30 rushing yards. He's got 22 receiving yards. So, yeah, you might be okay, but he's already halfway there. So we'll see what happens, Ron. Aiden, I just got offered Diggs and Aaron Jones for Najee and Justin Jefferson. Which side would you take? Quite honestly, I would take Najee and Justin Jefferson, man. I mean, I love Diggs, love Aaron Jones. Justin Jefferson, far less competition for targets than Diggs. And I love Aaron Jones, man, but Najee Harris, I think, is on kind of the up and up, man. I think he's going to continue to improve on the season. So I like both sides quite a bit, but if it was me personally, I would probably be leaning Najee and Justin Jefferson. Jared, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing fantastic tonight. Any new faces out there? Hope you guys consider subscribing tonight, becoming part of the Catch fam. But we do appreciate everyone just coming out tonight. Make sure you guys smashing that like button as well. All right, let's see, Jerry. Tony Edmonds or Khalil Herbert in full PPR. Pick two, my man. Oh, that's tough. Man, this Tony situation really has me kind of, I just don't feel great about it. I don't feel great about the Giants in general. Just let me know in the chat, man. It looks like Tom Brady's got intercepted off a tip ball, but let me know in the chat. How do you guys feel about Kadarius Toney this week? Because I just don't feel great about a Mike Glennon-led offense versus the LA Rams, especially if Toney is the wide receiver one and everyone else is injured. Well, then, yeah, they're just going to put Ramsey on him. And don't get me wrong, Toney's an athletic freak, but Jalen Ramsey's Jalen Ramsey. So I don't know that I feel great about that matchup, even in full PPR. I mean, Edmonds has been a little banged up. He hasn't been really getting a high ceiling on a weekly basis. But I'd be inclined to take Edmonds and Khalil Herbert here. And I'm also actually going to get you guys' thoughts right on Khalil Herbert in general versus Green Bay. Kind of right in the middle in terms of overall in terms of opposing or against opposing running backs on the defensive side of things. So I don't know. I think personally, if it was my roster, I'd lean with the double running back situation over Toney. So let me know if you have any other questions regarding that, Jared. Christian, I made a trade Derrick Henry for Aaron Jones, Thielen, and Gibson. Do you think I won 6-man PPR? So are you Christian? Let me know. Are you receiving Derrick Henry, or are you on the other side? I don't think that's a bad trade for Derrick Henry, but quite frankly, unless you're really hurting at the RB position outside of Derrick Henry, I'd still want Derrick Henry, just being honest. Let's see here. Aiden, you're welcome, my guy. Chase Brown, I need Shepard. Oh, sorry, just lost the chat. I need Shepard to come back. Do you think he plays? That's a good question. Let me read the latest on Shep. I mean, gosh. This guy was on fire before getting hurt. Going crazy. All right, let's see here. Okay, Sterling Shepard questionable. Hamstring limited at practice. Shepard maintained his activity level from Wednesday, leaving him with just one more session to bump up participation every drill. Even if he doesn't, though, Coach Joe Judge told official site Thursday with the team he's optimism that both Shepard and Slayton will return from 2-game absences after dealing with respective hamstring injuries. So that sounds pretty good. When with Kenny Golladay slated to miss at least Sunday. Yeah, so that changes everything about Kadarius Toney. So if you guys are thinking about Toney, who I just obviously was not completely informed on, maybe Toney is a good play because Jalen's probably going to be on Shep. So yeah, I could definitely see Shepard playing. To answer your question, Chase, would you start him in full PPR? It's a very tough matchup because Jalen's going to be on him all day, man. And it's not Danny Dimes throwing the football, right? Or no, it is. It is. That's right. I mean, I don't know why I kept thinking. Thank you, Jared. Also, now I see in the chat that you're bringing it up. Jones, Shepard, and Slayton are expected to play. Okay, in that circumstance, let's go back to Jared's question. I do apologize, man. Wow, I think I'd lean Toney and Khalil there then. I mean, Edmund's been a little banged up, Jared, so I don't think I feel great about him. Thank you guys for correcting me there. Chase, I don't know if I'd start Sterling Shepard. I mean, I wouldn't even think of it as Sterling Shepard versus the Rams. I think of it as Sterling Shepard versus Jalen Ramsey coming off of an injury. I don't feel great about it, to be completely honest. Christian, I got sent Robert Woods for Darrell Henderson. Should I do it? If you're hurting at the receiver position, then take Robert Woods. If you're hurting at the running back position, then I would keep Darrell Henderson. Like both of them on the rest of the season, man. And let's see here. Christian, other side. I don't hate that trade for Henry, man. It really bolsters the running back position for you, but I hate to see you lose Derrick Henry at the same time. Jerry, you should go over all the teams and give your thoughts on it. I'm going to see if Steven gets on. If he does, then we will do that. I want to wait until Steven's on, though. And if he's not on tonight, he will definitely be on tomorrow. And I promise you guys we will do that. Philly Mike, Jerry just read my mind. Yeah, I let me see what Steven's up to real quick. Bryant, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. Yeah, Philly Mike, like Jerry said, he should go over everyone's team. I just want to make sure I don't want to do it without Steven. Let's see. All right, Ron the Goat. I have Deontay Johnson, Hollywood, Sutton, Marvin Jones, AJ Brown, wide receiver. Should I try to trade to get better receivers? I'm kind of RB heavy. I like being RV heavy, so it's hard for me to say. I think you could upgrade at the receiver position, but I would keep Deontay Johnson and Hollywood and AJ Brown. I would package Sutton and Marvin Jones, if anything, and look at what running back of value. But overall, let me know your full roster. Then we'll crack into it. How's that sound? Jerry, I don't mind if it's tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, it looks like it's actually going to be tomorrow. I just talked to Steven. So we'll run through it, everyone's rosters tomorrow. I mean, really, that the league is still like processing for me. It's I've looked through everyone's teams. I've got some pretty general thoughts. I think everyone did a great job, man. But it is also kind of still processing for me because we've had less than not even 24 hours yet, right? Yo, 193. What's going on, man? It's good to see you. CD or Chase to start this week? I'd roll with Chase. It's a tough matchup for CD Lamb versus the New England Patriots. I mean, I still think he offers a pretty good ceiling on a weekly basis, but personally, I would roll with Jamar Chase. Jerry, those late night Saturday streams, we're getting Steven on these Saturday night streams. Jerry, tomorrow is Friday, my guy. Today is Thursday, my guy. Let's see here. Bryant, should I start Tony? Ooh, just lost it. Should I start? Sorry, Bryant. Should I start Tony or Brandon Cooks as my flex in full PPR? I like Brandon Cooks this week. I think his volume's going to be better, but I think Tony probably offers a little bit of a higher ceiling. But I think Cooks is the safer play. Philly Mike John, show my trade live and ask to catch Sam if you should accept it. So I do just want to like clarify, guys. I mean, as much involvement as like our league will have with the channel, I don't want to take away from general fantasy Q&A and be too focused on um, the league at all times, right? I mean, the league's important, man, but I don't. Uh, yeah, I want to make sure that this channel is what it was intended to be as well. Let's see here. Jerry, oh shit, I thought it was Friday. Fair enough. I just want to make sure you knew, man. Let's see here. Ron the GOAT. Uh, let's see. Jonathan Taylor, Henderson, Hunt, CEH, Damon Williams, Gaskin, Khalil Herbert, Waller, and Gasecki. And then let me scroll back up here. Oops. All right, so you've got those are all your running backs. I'm sorry. And then we are looking to see. Okay. I mean, I think I don't feel like you're that running back heavy. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, Henderson, and Hunt are weekly starts for me, man. And then I don't mind having Gaskin and Herbert, and I think CH and Williams are fine too. I would potentially try to package Gaskin with maybe one of those lower end or both of those lower end receivers, Sutton, Marvin Jones. And yeah, I don't think it would hurt to get a stud receiver. But quite honestly, Ron, I would hold on to Jonathan Taylor, Henderson, and Hunt. I think, I mean, CEH would probably be worth holding on to, but I don't mind necessarily trading him as well. But I think in the long run, he'll be worth holding on to. So yeah, I don't mind trying to use those guys to upgrade. Chase Brown, regret not picking up Ertz and starting him over Fan, especially since my opponent has Ertz. Hurts, excuse me. I haven't even thought about the fact that this is like a revenge game script for Zach Ertz tonight versus the Eagles. Listen, I like Zach Ertz a lot tonight. He was a guy I talked about in the must start tight end video as well. But I do think without that touchdown, right? I don't think his ceiling is crazy high tonight, right? I don't see him having like another score or anything tonight. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think at most he'll finish around 15 points. So don't beat yourself up too much for it. Although I think it would have been a good start. Let's see here. Ben Dover. I got Fournette tonight. Keep an eye out for him, kid. The big boy is going to eat tonight. I like it, Ben. He's having a good game so far, man. Yeah, Fournette is a really interesting player because in the preseason, offseason, man, I was really high on Ronald Jones. For whatever reason, that's who I had my conviction in. And yeah, I don't know. You know, I got that one wrong. Fournette is playing great, and I think he'll continue to play great on the night as well. So yeah, I agree with you, Ben. Bryant, I hope the Dodgers win. Let's go Dodgers for the sake of Bryant. Ron the Goat, you're welcome, man. Spencer Stern, firing up the grill for a steak. Don't mind if I do. I like it. Nothing wrong with some good steak, man. Yeah, let me know who you guys have starting tonight. What type of implications this game is going to have for you, and what you guys think. My overall opinions are on that as well, and I'm happy to get back to you guys for that. With that, I should say. All right, let's see here. John, who do you think's getting the dub this week? Oh gosh, another big play by Antonio Brown. Spence, do you mean in what regard are we talking? Fantasy, or are we talking NFL? Let me know. Man, Antonio Brown is on a roll. Oh, Spencer, between us. Oh, fair enough. Honestly, man, I don't feel great about my. I honestly think we both have a good chance. But I do think that the momentum is on your side for sure, man. But I think we both have pretty solid teams. I think it's going to be a great matchup and a fun one as well, man. So may the best man win, of course. Jared, I can't believe AB made a comeback for net with the big play. This Buccaneers offense is just scary, man. I'm sorry. They're just scary. Cole Pierce, start Darrell Williams, Marvin Jones, or Ruggs? Good question, Cole. I think I'd lean Darrell Williams there, just due to. I mean, I'm not. That's a tough one. It's tough. I kind of feel like Marvin Jones is due for a good game. For me, it's between Williams or Jones. I don't feel great about Ruggs this week. Let us know in the chat, guys. For Cole, Williams, Jones, or Ruggs? How are you guys feeling about it? Marky Mark, did you say something about Mike Williams before John? In tonight's stream or in general? I don't think I brought up Mike Williams tonight, but we can talk about him if you would like to. All right, let's see. Spencer, I think I'm in the running for best running backs. If Murray struggles, he could pull through. It's a good matchup, man. And that's this league for me is just about having fun. So I think either way, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And it's a great matchup, man. I mean, Allen and Murray, Elliott Jones, Hunt Harris, Chase Cooper, Sanders Moore, Gesicki and Arnold, Jacobs Robinson. I feel like excuse me, I feel like our matchup's relatively even. But I feel like you got a little bit of momentum on your side as well. Ron the Goat, how do you feel about Hunt for Pittman? I don't mind that trade. I mean, if you're hurting at the RB position, then I think if you're trading away Pittman, it's a good trade. But at the same time, man, depending on scoring format, right now at this point in the season, Kareem Hunt is a top 5 running back. So I like Michael Pittman quite a bit. But I think if you're trading Hunt, you might be able to counter and get something more than just Michael Pittman out of that trade. So I don't mind the trade by any means. I like both those players, but I do think that Hunt's being a little bit undervalued. Do I feel like he finishes the year as a top 5 running back? Probably not, just due to the volume. In terms of or the volume of Nick Chubb, excuse me, and some of these other running backs who don't have that same volume on their team from another running back. But I do feel like Kareem Hunt's easily going to be top 15 running back on the year. Mark, it's cool. I just misheard, but I'm watching his status. I will definitely, Mark, I'll keep up for you, man. If I get any updates on Mike Williams tonight, I will certainly let you know, as well as throughout the week. I will definitely keep that in mind for you, my guy. 31 here for the Bucks, and Fournette gets a first down. How do you stop this Buccaneers team? Like that's my question, man. Let's see here, Mark. Mike Williams, knee not at open section of practice, not trending in a great direction. Williams kind of player who can play on a limited amount of practice snaps at this point in his career. Friday update will be crucial. So there you go, Mark. That's all we got at the moment. I certainly hope he plays, man. It's a good matchup versus Baltimore, so we'll see. All right. Yeah, man. I'm going to check my 12-man team and see where we're at. And this is in mine, Stevens, my primary league, 12-man league. All right. So AB 13 points already, which is good. So I'm projected to win 120 to 100. Of course, that could change. My opponent's got Zeke. I've got CMC, James Robinson, Lamar, Tim Patrick. Man, I should have not benched Zach Ertz. I feel like I have to bench Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz at New England is not feeling great for me. I've got Mike Gesicki at Jacksonville. I'm definitely regretting just not throwing Zach Ertz in there, as I pretty much thought he was a lock in terms of, excuse me, a score on the night, and I didn't start him. So I've got Khalil Herbert in versus Green Bay, or I could put Booker in versus the Rams. And I've got Javonte Williams versus Vegas. So I've got some pretty good situations going on. I've still got Henry Ruggs on this team for some reason. And I guess I don't really need Henry Ruggs at this point, but I just don't know. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown is like the only other receiver out there I would potentially consider. Yeah. I mean, KJ Osborne's out there, but I just don't know if I like either of those guys over. Yeah, I don't know if I like either of them over Ruggs. I don't need another tight end. I don't know if there's any running backs really worth picking up, except for, I mean, Melvin Gordon's out there, but I'm kind of rooting for Javonte Williams right now. And Melvin Gordon is a little banged up, so I don't know if I feel great about that. I dropped Alex Collins. I don't think he's really worth picking up either. So there's really no one out there. So, but it's always good to have a player that you can kind of replace. Plus, that's right. I mean, I've got David Montgomery on my bench, so I do kind of need someone to potentially replace as Leonard Fournette gets in the end zone. Another score for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mark, you are welcome, my guy. Not a problem at all, man. All right. In my 20-man league, I've got Trevor Lawrence, Rondo Moore, Tim Patrick, Aaron Jones, James Robinson, Jared Cook, Randall Cobb, Graham Gano, and Dallas's defense. And my bench is just absolutely abysmal. I think I'm going to start Amon-Ra St. Brown over Randall Cobb, though. It's a tough matchup for both of those guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown at Cincinnati and Randall Cobb at Chicago. Usually I'd have Corey Davis flying around as well. Yeah, this is not the greatest lineup for me this week, but we'll see what happens, man. I got Tua back, so that's all that matters. Jared, do you expect Khalil Herbert to receive the full workload or split with anyone with Williams out? I mean, naturally, yes. I do think we'll see another running back involved. I don't know who's next up on the depth chart. Let me see if I can't figure that out. But to answer your question, I do feel like Khalil Herbert gets a majority of the snaps. Absolutely. Let's see if this has an update. Nope, this does not. I wonder who else is on the Bears offense. Let's see. Let me see if I can't do some research. Research is never going to be bad. All right, let's see here. This article is not going to be as... I'm just going to look up the Bears depth chart. That'd be much more helpful. And here we go. Ryan Nail is the only other running back on the Bears. Do not know much about Ryan Nall. Oh, I remember this guy. Yeah, I remember this guy, I think. He's played a little bit before, if I'm not mistaken. No. Oh, yeah, he got some receiving work last year. I mean, 8 receptions for 67 receiving yards at touchdown. And that's about it. 3 rushing attempts for 0 yards. So yeah, I think Herbert's probably the guy this week. I think that they kind of have to lean on him, man. Let's see here. Philly Mike, would you trade Mike Evans for J Rob? I need an RB2 badly. I think that's a fair trade, quite honestly. Philly Mike. James Robinson, 20 points last 3 weeks. Looks like the Jaguars are finally deciding to actually include him in their lineup. And yeah, I think it's a fair trade, man. Yeah, and I know you're hurting at the running back position. So in that case, yeah, I think it's a fair trade. Let's see here. Or not Ertz. Hurts dropping back. Already getting pressure, man. Man, how do you outrun Shaq Barrett? He got about 3 or 4 yards. Wow. I mean, you outrun Shaq Barrett by being Jalen Hurts. Ryan, I'm already liking my trade of Antonio Gibson for Leonard Fournette. Let's go. Fournette is definitely starting to step up as the RB1 for the Bucks. I mean, he's done it over the past couple of weeks, but it's definitely being solidified. That's for sure. Jerry, I might trade for Fournette after tonight. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely sell him high at this point in the season. That's for sure. I think you can get some pretty good value out of Fournette, but I do like him on the rest of the season. I like having pieces of this Buccaneers offense on our fantasy rosters, guys, but I don't mind trying to trade it or sell them high as well. Let's see. Hurts trying to find Gainwell, cannot make the connection. Brings up 4th and 6. Wow. Yeah, Eagles struggling here in the first half. I actually expected them to play a little bit better here in the first half, at least offensively. Not so much defensively, but I did expect a little bit of a better outcome in the first half. But minute and a half left. You never know. Plenty can happen. So we shall see. So yeah, I don't feel great about my matchup in my 20-man league this week. It's a tough league, man. It's tough to get a lot of dubs out there. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So let me know how everyone's feeling. Almost to, I mean, gosh, this fantasy season's just flying by. I mean, the regular season's flying by too, of course, but almost a week 6 already. I mean, it's after tonight, it's Friday, then it's Saturday, then it's Sunday, man. So yeah. Jason, hey, have we gone over teams yet? I believe we're gonna push that to tomorrow and wait until Steven can join because he won't be able to join tonight. So I apologize for the delay, Jason, but we will be going over the fantasy teams tomorrow. It gives us another day to kind of digest as well and kind of reflect on everyone's squads. Because I definitely looked through everyone's, but hasn't fully processed, I'll put it that way. So yeah. But yeah, I also just want to make sure Steven's here for when we go over everyone's teams because I want to get his input as well. So we'll do that tomorrow night because Steven will be on for sure tomorrow unless something crazy comes up. So yeah, we will postpone that segment until tomorrow. All right, can the Buccaneers get some more points before halftime? We'll find out. Philly Mike, would you target Swift, Gibson, or Robinson? I like all those guys. I view all of those guys in pretty similar fashion in terms of where they're at on the season. So I think if you can get any of those 3 guys and just trade one receiver like Evans, I think it's a fair deal, especially being, if you're hurting at the RB position. So yeah, I don't mind that at all, man. All right, incomplete pass to Evans here. Let's see what the Bucks cook up next. 2-minute drill. Can they get anything done? We'll find out. We shall find out. 2nd and 15 for the Buccaneers. Let's see. All right, Brady dropping back. Tries to find AB and it cannot connect. AB looks a little mad. Trade Mike Evans or CeeDee Lamb, I can't decide. Huh. I like both of them quite a bit. Both in kind of similar situations where There's a lot of firepower on their offenses and a lot of different targets to get involved. But I think that CeeDee Lamb is a little bit less. But I view those guys in relatively similar fashion in terms of their fantasy output. Um, so I think you could kind of play around with the idea of trading either of them. And wow, Tom Brady just threw a interception, maybe a miscommunication by him and Antonio Brown. Holy cow! But yeah, Philly, Philly, Mike. I think you just kind of look at who does. All right, no, who do you think that the team you're trading to would rather have, and kind of shop both of them out there. But I think both of those guys are fair to trade for one RB one, including Swift, Gibson, or James Robinson as well. Oh, Brady getting a little chippy, getting pushed around a little bit there. Yeah, doesn't surprise me though. All right, let's see here. Looks like we got at least one trade in the catch fam. Debo Samuel and Justin Jefferson. Like I said, it was a relatively long day, guys. Would you trade CeeDee Lamb straight up for Terry McLaurin? Yeah, I don't mind that trade. If you've got more conviction in Scary Terry, then yeah, I don't mind that at all. Um, Jerry, John, you have to accept the trade. Uh, if I accept it, it goes through right now. Um, if not, it just goes through like regular on Saturday. So generally, if trades are going to process on Saturdays, then I'll probably just leave it. So it's kind of the same timetable on a weekly basis, unless it's affecting like a Thursday night game or something. But yeah, it will process on Saturday. If I accept it, then it just goes through right now. Is kind of the only difference. So yeah, but yeah, it will go through. I mean, I can basically skip that period of tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. I mean, Mark and Jimmy G strings. If you guys want to hit me up and you guys want me to accept it right now, I will. But I feel like it might be better just to keep it on a consistent timeline as well. Does that make sense to everyone who's listening and part of the league as well? Philly Mike, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, and Nick Chubb for McLaurin and Eckler. I mean, I feel like that's a fair trade on both sides, but I don't know if you know how willing people are going to be to trade Eckler at the moment. But I feel like it's a fair trade, man. But I do feel like if you're hurting at running back, right, then you don't want to give up Nick Chubb, even if you're going to get a guy like Austin Eckler, right? Um, because really the point of the trade is you need a running back. So uh, if you're asking me, I mean, I think it makes more sense to just trade CeeDee Lamb or Mike Evans and then get a guy like Swift or Gibson um, or wow, James Robinson. I was like, who's the last one that you brought up? So yeah, I feel like it makes more sense just to do a straight up trade for a running back as opposed to getting a more elite running back, but also losing a running back like Chubb. So that would be my advice for you, Philly Mike. Just do a one-on-one trade and don't lose too much value because I think Nick Chubb's still going to have a great season, man. Jason Kenobi, start AJ Brown or Jacoby Myers. AJ Brown, a pretty tough matchup versus Buffalo, and Myers has a much better matchup versus our guys versus Dallas. So Dallas, much better matchup, man. Let's see, full PPR. Let's look at Myers. At least, well, week 2, 7 points, week 5, 9 points. He's kind of due for a big game. So personally, I would go with Jacoby Myers. I mean, it's just a better matchup. I mean, it's a bad matchup for AJ Brown, but he, when healthy, can always have a full or a high ceiling as well. So, but personally, I feel like I'm leaning Jacoby Myers. Let us know in the chat, guys. Would you rather start AJ Brown or Jacoby Myers this week? AJ Brown versus Buffalo, and then Jacoby Myers versus Dallas. Philly Mike, thanks for the advice. I'm stressing and biting my nails. Oh no. Yeah, man. I just feel like the best route there is just to do a straight up trade. Spencer comes in and says, I ain't trading James Robinson for Lamb or Evans. Well, there you have it. But maybe those other guys, Gibson or Swift, or someone you can target. Yeah, lots of trade action today in our league. Only one got accepted. I was just shopping anyone the giant package for one receiver. I didn't expect anyone to take that, but if you guys are considering it, then that's fine too. I don't think it's the most unfair trade, but I'm not good with trades, guys. I'm good at giving advice on trades, but in terms of when it comes to me actually proposing and accepting trades, it's just nothing that I really get into on a regular basis. Let's see here. Jerry, this was a must-week win for me in my other league, and Rager is going to give me a big 0. Yeah, there's a lot of time left in the game, which I know you're probably tired of me saying, but yeah, there is still a lot of time. Don't give up. Don't give up faith yet. I would hate to see that happen, but I hate to see a 0 happen. But it may not. There's plenty of time, Jerry. And Tom Brady and company checking back out to the field with 31 seconds left after Tom threw a pass to an Eagles defender. Really wish that would have been a big play to AB. So we'll see what happens. Spencer, Mike Williams would be a different story. Yeah, Williams' ceiling right now is just on a different level, man. Like on an absolutely different level. All right, let's see here. Gio Bernard. Ooh, getting tackled behind the line. Who do you guys have tonight, Bucks or Eagles? I think we all got Bucks, right? Does anyone have the Eagles winning tonight? I'm interested to know. I don't foresee it. But definitely let me know. Man, OJ Howard would have been a really sneaky start tonight. Kind of bummed I didn't think of that one. All right, Bucks go into the locker room. And 21-7. Bucks are up on the Eagles. Not a lot of surprises there. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to accept this trade early, Justin Jefferson and Deebo Samuel, let me know. But other than that, I'm just going to let it sit. It will process by Saturday, though. It will. I promise. 100% promise. Clahudia, what is going on? Hope I didn't butcher that too bad. Hope you're doing fantastic tonight, man. Any new faces out there? Hope you guys consider subscribing tonight, becoming part of the Catch fam. And if not, just appreciate you guys coming out and joining the stream for a bit tonight. Pick 2 in standard. Woods, Pittman, Tony, and Claypool. It's a great question. Personally, I feel like I'd lean Pittman here, who's really that top red zone target for Ertz. Close enough. Yeah. Trust me, I've had some pretty bad pronunciations. But yeah, I think Pittman is a great play this week going up against Houston. He's been very good in these really got his first touchdown last week, but I look for him to continue that trend this week versus Houston. I think it's a very good start. And then, yeah, I like Claypool as well, man. I mean, Robert Woods coming off of, his best game on the season, right? Going up against the Giants, it's a pretty good matchup overall. But once again, he's only got 2 scores on the year. So I like Robert Woods, but I just think Claypool with this injury to our guy Juju, it's just a very good game script. And don't get me wrong, once again, only 1 touchdown, his first touchdown on the season last year, but he's going up against Seattle. It's a beautiful matchup, man. If it was me, I would look to start Pittman and Claypool. Tony, a tough matchup versus the Rams. We don't know what receiver is going to be out there, although Slayton and our guy Shepard are expected to play, right? And Danny Dimes is also expected to play. So should be a little bit of a better performance than most people were expecting out of the Giants, but at least before those, injury updates, right? But overall, man, I think I would roll with Claypool and Pittman. Then I think you can consider flexing Woods. I mean, if you need to, right? If you got running backs that you like more, then I would certainly stick with them. But yeah, I definitely would put Tony last, and I feel a little bit better about the game script for Pittman and Claypool. But I don't mind Woods either. I really don't. That's a great question, man. Thank you for coming out. And if you got any other fancy questions, please throw them our way, man. That's what we are here for. All right. Chase, glad Ertz got me the touchdown. Philly playing like crap. Yeah, they are not playing so good. But they got plenty of time. This Buccaneers secondary, at least, this Buccaneers defense is very vulnerable. So there's definitely time for Philly to do a little bit more tonight. Let's see here. Chase Wellner, is Ramsey going to be on Tony? I don't believe so. As we learned in tonight's stream, looks like Shepard will be playing more than likely. And it looks like Slayton will be playing as well. So my assumption is as long as Shep is out there, Ramsey will be on Tony. And yeah, I mean, it's good news, right? If you're a Giants fan, right? It looks like Danny Dimes will be out there. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Nick Gomez, what's going on? Do you play Prize Picks? I do not. Don't know much about Prize Picks at all. Claudio, wow, that was probably worse than the first time. Thanks, you're welcome, man. Of course. Let me know if you got any other fancy Q&A, and hope you have a good time in the stream. You stick around for a bit, and hope you consider subscribing down below, becoming part of the Catch fam as well. But please let me know if you have any other fantasy questions as well. Jason Kenobi, Miles Sanders, hot garbage. Yeah, not playing too great. And I'll tell you, man, he's getting to that stage of I'm droppable as a fantasy player, So we'll see what happens. But definitely should be on the bench. And it was a bad matchup, in fairness. And eventually Miles Sanders is going to be a good start. Right? Yeah, maybe not a good start, but he's going to have a good game. Probably when no one's expecting it. But I don't want to gamble with that. Spencer Ramsey isn't a guy that goes one-on-one. He plays a linebacker safety role primarily. Only time he plays man is when they do. Yeah, you're probably right on that. I'm probably wrong. I don't know why I always feel like Ramsey sticks to the wide receiver one. Like, even when I've been watching him this year, he's not doing it. He's moving around. But I do feel like in a lot of those big play situations, he's on the best receiver out there. But gosh, he's just so good. He's so versatile. The thing that I like about Ramsey over the past year or so, really since he's joined the Rams, is he has seemed to get a little bit more humble, be a little bit more of a quiet player. And I liked Ramsey when he was loud. Don't get me wrong. I loved that borderline arrogance, cockiness, but confidence, right? I mean, I loved him as that player, but I like him as this player too, where he's not as flashy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, that interception against the Colts where he ran all over the place. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he still shows it at times. But I do like, where Ramsey's at with his career. I guess he hasn't gotten the big contract yet. I mean, that would be after this year, right? But yeah, he's definitely due if he didn't already get it. I'm not missing something. Ramsey didn't already get the big contract yet, right? Chase Bonner definitely want Mike Williams. Yeah, I feel like we all do. Uh, I feel like if we could all have Mike Williams on our roster, we'd all feel much better. Cardinals versus Browns this Sunday on Fox. This can be a great game. Cardinals still 5-0, man. Browns probably one of the better 3-2 teams in the league. Not that 3-2 is a bad mark at this point in the season, but sorry, I'm just looking at my screen, TV screen. That's who they're talking about. So that's gonna be a great game. The Browns are favored by 3.5 points. Interesting. Chandler Jones will not play. Oh, that's big. Chandler Jones not playing Sunday, testing positive for COVID. That's not good. The Chosen Rose. Do you think Austin Eckler for Leonard Fournette and Robert Woods is a good trade? Yes. Are you receiving Austin Eckler or are you receiving Fournette and Woods? I mean, I don't think it's an awful trade if you're receiving Woods and Fournette. Okay, you have Eckler, Godwin, Christian Kirk, Emmanuel Sanders, and Tim Patrick. What? I don't want to see you lose Austin Eckler, man. I mean, it would certainly help out your roster. It looks like your receivers, you might not be feeling great about them, but I just don't know if it's worth it to lose Austin Eckler. I really don't. I mean, you can still start Godwin and Sanders on a regular basis, and honestly, at this point, we can start Tim Patrick on a weekly basis as well in full PPR. Christian Kirk, kind of a gamble on a weekly basis, might have a high ceiling, but definitely not as confident as other guys. So I would hold on to Eckler if it was my roster. I like where Robert Woods is at. I think he's having a great season. I like where Fournette is at. I think he's having a great season. But I just think Austin Eckler right now in fantasy is one of those special players that you just can't trade unless you're getting an outstanding offer. And that's a good offer, don't get me wrong, but it's not outstanding. So if it was me personally, I would hold on to Eckler. Chase Wilner, how do you like this move? A couple weeks ago, I traded Hunt for Pitts. He's on bye, so I'm streaming Ertz tonight. If you're hurting that tight end, then I don't mind it. I mean, I love Kareem Hunt right now. I'm very high on Kareem Hunt overall, but I don't mind it if you're hurting that tight end. So definitely hurts you this week, right? With but bye weeks are can't avoid them. So I don't hate it if you're hurting that tight end, but I'm personally quite high on Hunt as well. Not going to lie. Let's see here. Chase Brown. Even though Hertz only has 6 points, I expect at least 20. He somehow gets at least 20 from playing bad. Very fair evaluation, especially with the way that this Tampa Bay secondary plays overall. But Tampa Bay's front seven looks quite good tonight, which might have an impact on that. But I don't disagree. At worst, I see him getting 18 points, right? And I definitely can see him getting 20-plus points, even when playing bad and playing from behind the entire game as well. Philly Mike, would you trade Kareem Hunt for Mike Williams? I quite honestly am not trading any of my running backs. Unless I get some sort of insane offer that involves another running back one. I'm sticking with my guys, and that's how I'm rolling at the moment. I think it's a fair trade, though, in all reality. I feel good about Hunt, and I want to hold on to the running backs that I have at the moment. Chase Wellner, Kamara, Henderson, Javonte, and Moss are my RBs, by the way. Let's see here. Let's see. Sorry, losing the chat. Oh, yeah, well, then gosh, I mean, your running backs are loaded, man. Yeah. I mean, like Kamara, Henderson, and Moss. I mean, I just still think Williams is going to take off on the season too, man. So I like where your running backs are at, Chase. Mr. Sarcastic, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic tonight. Richard Glass, Chase, I'm going to hold you to Hertz getting those 20 points. I need them. Yeah. I think it can happen, man. Absolutely. G, what's going on? It's good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well tonight. Have Elliott as my kicker, and Philly can't even get in field goal range. Yikes, that is tough. That is tough. Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like it's gonna be one of those games where the Eagles are playing from behind. They may opt to go for it on fourth over kicking it. Although I still agree with just taking the points, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Chase Brown, I need slash don't need him. Chase Brown playing him and also playing against him. Yikes! Never a good feeling. Chase Brown, I won't mind 20. Yeah, I mean, I still think, Chase, if you have him put up 20, it's good for you. I think if you have 20 put up against you, you're still not out of it, right? So I wouldn't lose faith there, even if it happens. And I think it will happen. Richard Glass, same. Yeah. Gosh, Eagles fewest. Wow, they have one rush tonight for one rushing yard out of their running backs. That's just awful. Ooh, Jeffrey Mason, Devonta Smith over under 15 points. I could definitely see him putting up 15 points tonight, but I don't know how good I feel about making an actual bet on that. But I could still see him having a good game as the third quarter is getting ready to kick off here. Marky Mark, I need those 20 from Hurts. Well, let's go. Jalen Hurts. Looks like a lot of the Catch fam has Jalen Hurts out there tonight. So let's go, Jalen Hurts. But for Chase Brown's situation, let's go Jalen Hurts, but let's not go too hard. Marky Mark playing Mike Evans also against him. Yeah, I think Mike Evans can still have a good night. No, he hasn't a great night, but I still think he can have a good night. Do 15 points means you're praying for a touchdown from him? I think Devonta Smith could have a touchdown tonight. I mean, this secondary is so bad for the Buccaneers that I do think, especially from in terms of playing behind, I do think Devonta Smith can score tonight. Chase Warner, I hate sitting Javonte over Moss, especially as a Denver fan, but Raiders are a mystery team this week. Yeah, I'd like Moss versus the Titans quite a bit, and I like Williams, man. And I think eventually we're going to get that big game from Williams. I mean, he's starting to show flashes of it and be a guy that you can think about starting on a weekly basis. While Gordon's currently banged up with a hip injury, and I do think that sooner rather than later we're going to see that big game out of Javonte Williams that projects him into the RB1 role. But we'll see. Philly Mike, what running backs would you take ahead of Nick Chubb? I got him at 6 in the draft. That was a decent pick for him. I love Nick Chubb, man. I think Nick Chubb is going to have a great season. Spencer says, I think you reached for Chubb with 6. I mean, I don't hate the pick. But there's a lot of other guys that I put in that conversation, right? Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, for example. I don't remember who else was available, if Kamara was available or not. I think I would personally have maybe opted for Kamara, but I love Nick Chubb on the season, man. I truly do. So I think that any of those kind of elite RB1s were worth taking. Jeffrey, Devonta Smith has had a bunch of TDs called back from penalties this year. Philly needs to adjust their gameplay, and Hurts needs to get the ball out. I don't disagree, man. I don't at all. So let's see here. Oh, and there goes Devonta Smith, another incompletion. All right, let's see here. Chase Wellner. Most drafts had Chubb at end of first or start of second. I got him with the first pick in the second round. Let's see here. Richard Glass. I love Villa. He's such a stud. I love Villa Vea too. I remember when he got drafted by the Buccaneers, and just like, how could he not like him, right? He's a great player, man. He's a great defensive tackle. He is like the epitome of what a defensive tackle should be. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of him as well, Richard. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, Nick Chubb, week 1, 22 points. Week 2, 16. Week 3, gets a better rushing defense, 8 points, Chicago. Week 4, another good rushing defense, 11 points. And week 5, 24 points. So he's still playing quite well, right? So I do like Nick Chubb, but I like all those other. I mean, I just love RB1s in general. So I like all those guys you guys are mentioning. Chase via Ragdoll's lineman all day. He is a whole ass man. Yeah, he is a big dude. I would not want to get in a street fight with that man. That's for sure. I wouldn't really want to get in a street fight with any NFL players. Just put it out there. But yeah, Via Vea is he's a big dude. That's for sure. Drizzy Jake, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well tonight. Thanks for coming out to the stream, man. Any new faces out there? Hope you guys consider subscribing down below, becoming part of the Catch fam. But nonetheless, just appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Should I trade Terry for Amari and Woods? I think that's a good trade if you're receiving Amari and Woods. Yeah. I love Scary Terry on the season. I absolutely do. But I think you're getting pretty similar value out of Amari and Woods. I mean, I think on a consistent basis, Terry is a little bit more consistent. Not to repeat myself there, but I think that there's a big ceiling involved with Amari Cooper, and I think Robert Woods is also extremely consistent. So I think in terms of depth, if you're hurting at the receiver position, I don't think it's a bad trade. Jeffrey, seeing Vita Vea just as giant human walk on stage wearing a Leo was so cool. Yes. Yes, it was awesome, man. It was absolutely awesome. Jeffrey Mason, the idea of running the ball into Vita Vea seems completely insane. It does. And he gets involved at the goal line sometimes, right? I mean, how do you go up against that guy as a blocker, right? Crazy. Brian, Eagles offense can't do anything. Yes, this is a game that, in terms of the Buccaneers on the season, we need to remember because this front seven is good enough that the secondary can play very poorly. And the front seven can bail them out. So even with Sherman going down, man, this is a game we need to keep in mind because this Eagles offense is quite good. You know, I mean, I really think they are. But if you can have a good enough front seven, I don't know if they're gonna be able to perform. And this is a game we need to remember down the stretch for the Bucks. Bryant, some idiot decided to drop Deebo Samuel for Jalen Waddle. I quickly picked him up. Wow, great pick, man. In the 10-man league. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. That's a great pickup, man. I mean, I don't know why you dropped Deebo, but great pickup. Jersey Jake, thanks a lot. Dropped a sub. Appreciate that support, man. Appreciate you coming out tonight. Got any other fantasy questions? Any other NFL debate you want to go over? Any fantasy speculation? Anything got in your mind regarding the season, man? Let me know. And thanks for joining the Catch fam, man. Congrats. And I hope you have a good time. You stick around for a while in tonight's stream. Kyle, how do I get into the league y'all drafted last night? Unfortunately, it's closed. It's already over with. I do apologize, man. It quickly filled up. It was kind of first come, first serve. But next year, we might be doing 2 leagues. We might be doing a 20-man league and 2 other leagues. We will definitely have plenty of opportunities next year, man. So I do apologize, man. I appreciate you wanting to be a part of it, man. But it kind of quickly filled up, and I sincerely apologize. Promise you guys, next year we will have more opportunities, and I will certainly get as many of you guys involved as I possibly can. Ryan, unless you're King Henry trunks via. Yeah, is there anyone that King Henry cannot truck? I don't know. Philly Mike, are Gordon and Murray solid RBs behind Nick Chubb? Maybe in standard leagues, but at best they're probably good flex plays right now. Gordon's starting to concern me with Williams starting to take off and being a little banged up. Murray, I think, is extremely touchdown dependent. So maybe in a standard league against bad matchups, but I wouldn't feel great there overall. Brian, I'm nervous I have Derrick Henry, but he's playing the Bills. It's a great point. In the must start RB segment we did the other night, I did bring this up just slightly. Just wanted, and I just put it out there. You're still starting Derrick Henry this week. Is he going to have a crazy ceiling this week? Probably not, but you just can't not start him. And yeah, it's a tough matchup. You know, there's reason for concern there. But at the same time, man, you just got to start him. And I do think he'll have a good game because he's Derrick Henry. So yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking, but I wouldn't worry too much about it, Brian. Chase Wellner, no super chats. So yeah, you cannot have super chats unless you are a monetized channel. So we are not quite there yet. Um, and one day down the road, hopefully we do get there. If you ever want to support the channel, while it's definitely not an expectation, I mean, you guys being subscribed, hitting that like button, coming out to the streams is a ton of support in itself. Um, but if you do ever want to support the channel, down below, the Patreon group has 3 different tiers, and you guys are welcome to check that out as well. I appreciate you wanting to look into a super chat, of course, but unfortunately, at the moment, it's just not available for the channel. Jeffrey Mason, I've seen enough to think Eagles need a new quarterback next year. They have a lot of needs defensively, safety, cornerback, but Hurts just ain't it with all these weapons and good line. I like Jalen Hurts, man. I do. I still think, while he's a different style of quarterback, uh, I don't mind Jalen Hurts. I think it's, for me, there's more problems in terms of the defense. So I like you bringing up the secondary. I do agree with you there, but I don't. I think there's actually some problems with this offensive line overall too. They're kind of starting to age and be a little banged up. So I don't mind Hurts. I'm not selling Hurts yet, but I think it's a fair evaluation for sure, Jeffrey. One of mine, Steven's good friends, is a diehard Eagles fan, and we actually haven't told our friends about this channel yet. We're kind of keeping it under the wraps. But down the road, I think we're gonna at some point have a special segment where he hops on just in regards to the Eagles. People were saying the same about I lost my spot. About Eckler versus Cleveland, studs will be studs. Great point. Absolutely agree. Great point. Chase, Eagles line has only Kelsey being the same guy all season. That's a good point. Space Frosty, what's going on? Good to see you. Waddle or Chenault at flex this week? I feel like I'm inclined to lean towards Chenault. I mean, Waddle just hasn't been consistent, man. He had a beautiful matchup last week and did nothing with it. And I just feel like the Jags are in a better position this week than the Dolphins. I don't feel great about the Dolphins. I don't feel great about the Jags, but I feel better about the Jags than the Dolphins. So if it was me personally, I'd roll with Chenault. Bryant, Darrell Henderson is so underrated in fantasy. Absolutely agree. We are big fans of D-Tendies, as we've named him here at the Catch. I love him. He's having a great fantasy season, and he's got some fantastic matchups coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I think it's going to continue that kind of reign of dominance. Chase, I kind of disagree that line is that great. They do have weapons, but they're also young and developing. Yeah, this is a very young football team, too. I think I like Hurts. I think he'll be all right. Jerry Fournette has been going off. He's having a great game. Fournette has hit 65 yards rushing. Whoever bet he would get less, I'm sorry. I am sorry as well. Chase, as in same starter, during the game, they showed Kelsey as being the only guy to not be hurt or moved on Eagles line all year. And it's only week 6. Yikes. Yeah, it's I feel like in the NFC East, NFC least, so to speak, there's always issues with offensive lines, right? Washington football team over the past couple of years had a lot of issues, right? So Cowboys recently have gone. I mean, they're still a great offensive line, but they've lost guys. They've had to move guys. So I just feel like there's always issues, and the Giants are a whole different story. So yeah. Do all these weapons as a stretch? Can't say the wide receivers are amazing. That's a fair point as well. Space Frosty, great. Thanks for the help. Of course, man. Anytime. That's what we're here for, brother. Let me know if you got any other questions on the night. Happy to answer them to the best of my abilities as well. Brian, I swear if Hawkinson doesn't get at least 8 points this week, I'm going to flip. I think he's got a good shot. We got to see him get back to, that form we saw him at the beginning of the season, right? He's got to get there at some point, I mean, eventually. So I think 8 points is realistic on the week. Let's see here. I mean, Cincinnati, yeah, it's not the best matchup, but certainly not the worst. Let's see where his target. Yeah, target share has been down, man. I mean, 2 weeks ago I had 8 targets, 3 weeks ago 2 targets, last week 3 targets. Yeah, we need to see him get the overall receptions back up, the receiving yards back up, and get in the end zone, man. But I think he's got a good shot, Brian. He's due for a good game. So I know you've probably been starting him and freaking out because of what we saw over the first 2 weeks, but I think he'll get back to form. Even if he can get halfway there, right, then that would be good at that point. Chase, I was salty. Oop, lost my spot. I was salty. I barely missed Hawkins in the draft. Turns out there was waiver wire guys who would outscore him this year. Yeah, Dawson Knox, Dalton Schultz, in some leagues, Gronk. I mean, tight ends have been quite interesting this year, as they always are, right? Brian, I'm flipping on you. Why drop Deebo Samuel? You must not like good wide receivers. Okay, Ryan's got a little beef there. Positive beef only in the chat, but that still seems positive at the moment. Just keep it positive. Positive beef, guys. Detroit lost their best alignment. Might remain Blockinson for now. That's a good nickname. Ronnie, speaking of Hawkinson, would you start Higbee over him? I like Higbee this week. It's a good matchup against the Giants. It's a better matchup than Hawkinson versus Cincinnati. So, yeah. I think I would start Higbee just because I like. Essentially, it comes down to I'm more confident in the Rams' offense as a whole than the Lions' offense. As the Bucs are driving once again, handing it to Fournette. Looks like he is going to almost score, but is down around the 1 or 2 yard line. Jeffrey, all these weapons, they have more investment into their O-line and weapons than most teams. They've got potentially 3 top 15 picks. I guess you could put off a QB pick, but it seems like an opportunity. Fair point as well. Philly, Mike Evans for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Zach Moss. I don't hate that trade. Gets you a little bit. Receiver help, replacing Mike Evans, as long as Amon-Ra St. Brown can stay on the trajectory that he's at. And I like Zach Moss on the season, man. So I don't hate that trade, Philly Mike. Brian, I was the one who picked Deebo Samuel up. There you go. Ryan, it's not beef. I'm just busting his balls because I'm a 49ers fan. There you go. I like it. Gonna be a flag. Yeah, that's what I thought. Flag on Slade Jr. Unless that's on Mike Evans in the end zone there. Ronnie Daniel, hell yeah. Thanks, man. Absolutely, brother. That's what we are here for. Ryan, you said you dropped Deebo for Waddle. I think we got it backwards there. I think he went and picked up Deebo after someone dropped Deebo for Waddle. All right, was a flag on Darius Slay, so we've got a 1st and goal situation. I mean, what are the odds that Fournette just gets a handoff here, right? Probably pretty high. All right, Mark, keeping an eye on Tua. Hard to tell if Fournette got in there. He has that chemistry with Waddle, and Tua's been moving in the right direction. I do agree with that. I think when Tua starts, Waddle will play better. I'm a little concerned that if and when Tua starts, that Mike Gesicki's value will go down. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, it's a great point, Mark. And I've got Tua back in my 20-man league, so I'm keeping an eye on Tua too. I hope he can turn it around, man. If TB scores now, I can say goodbye to Elliott scoring more than 1 point if Tampa Bay scores. I'm sorry. And yeah, Fournette just got in, so they did score. Man, Fournette having a monster game. Monster game as Fournette tries to throw the football to a Buccaneers fan and then gives it to an Eagles fan and then tells the Eagles fan to give the football to the one lone Buccaneers fan. That was awesome. That was good to see. Let's see here. Brian, I said some idiot in my league did. I would never drop Deebo. He is goated. There we go. Jeffrey Mason. Hertz points by quarter average. First, 20.92. Second, 25.4. Third, 26.14. Fourth, 47.74. Garbage time monster. That's a great statistic. Thanks for bringing that up, man. Philly Mike. John, I hate to keep bringing up this topic, but if you could move one RB, Hunt, Jacob, Demont, which one would you trade? I would trade none of them. Just being honest. I always am RB heavy. Like, I want 4 starting running backs on my team at all times. That has just always been how I've played. So it would take the trade you'd have to offer me would end up hurting you because I would want another starting running back right away. And I think that those are 4 running backs of high value. And I know you didn't ask about Zeke, but I'm putting him in the conversation as well. So, I just am more than likely sticking with those 4 running backs staying on my team at this point in time. Mark, my guy. Yeah, Tua is my guy, man. If you guys really want to hear some takes on Tua and you're really bored, go and check out mine and Steven's. Oh gosh, I just forgot. Excuse me, AFC East. I was like, what division are the Dolphins in? AFC East. Told you guys, it's been a long day. AFC East podcast that Steve and I did a while back. July, maybe at that point, or August, early August, or June. I had some pretty high takes on Tua for the season, trying to be controversial a little bit. And Tua has not worked out. I mean, I thought he would play much, much better. All right, let's see. Chase, Fantasy Football Hustler said Bucks were going to lean on Fournette tonight. He nailed it. There you go. Ryan, I'm loving my trade to get Fournette more and more as this game goes on. Let's go, man. Eagles outscored 91-50 in first half this year. Philly Mike, I'm cringing at you right now, John. Ryan, Jerry, what would it take to get Fournette off you from my team? Just asking. Spencer, Jerry selling high on Fournette. Hey, there you go, Philly Mike. Maybe you can trade for Fournette. Jew, you hold 4 running backs when you only start 3 in case one gets injured. Yes. Yes. That is absolutely what I do. Can be frustrating because sometimes that one on your bench ends up having the better day than the 3 that you flex. And I've done that for a while, man. And I've just always been RB heavy. So yeah. But yes, that is essentially what I do there. LeBron's brain, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. What do you think? Taylor, Chubb, Higgins, Julio for McCaffrey, Henderson, and CD. Don't hate it. Which side are you on? I don't hate either side. I like where Taylor and Chubb are at right now, though, but it's just hard. I mean, I think Henderson's going to be a great RB1. I think McCaffrey's going to be a great RB1. I think CD is someone you can start on a more consistent basis over Higgins and Julio. So I don't hate either side. But I feel inclined to say the side getting Christian McCaffrey wins there. Philly Mike, okay, LeBron's brain, you'd get McCaffrey. I don't hate it. Let us know in the chat, guys. What do you think of that trade for LeBron's brain? Let me reread it here real quick. Just lost my spot. Okay. What do you think? Taylor, Chubb, Higgins, and Julio for McCaffrey, Henderson, and CD. Let us know for LeBron's brain. All right, Philly Mike, am I dumb to just trade Justin Herbert and Mike Williams to try and secure RB1 to pair with Chubb? I'm way too nervous. My normal draft strategy is RB, then wide receiver, and one RB receiver. I just think you got to make sure you've got a quarterback in play that you can start right away, right? Because it's a lot of value to lose for an RB1. But I think if the price, or if you're getting the right running backs, then it's worth the trade. Gosh, what was his pass play? Was that to Rager again? That should have been completion. That was a bad play, man. I did the same thing in my 10-man league. Got Jones, Eckler, Swift, and Edmonds, and then got Madison and Dillon as my 11th and 12th round picks. Ooh, there we go. Jerry, wow, Rager is about to have a big play. That's what I thought, man. I was thinking of you automatically. Right away. Gainwell with a reception here. Jeffrey, McCaffrey, and Henderson are both league winners. Henderson's breakout incoming. That side wins hard. I think it's a fair evaluation. I do. Dude, Henderson's got some fantastic matchups. I had to trade him in my 20-man league when Tua got injured, and my opponent took both the last two starting quarterbacks off the waiver wire, and which were Jacoby Brissett, and then I don't remember. There was someone else left, but I had to trade for a quarterback regardless. And I ended up having to trade Henderson for Lawrence, which like I hate, but also you have to have a starting quarterback on a weekly basis. So yeah, I hate losing Henderson. I think he's going to have a really good rest of the season. So I don't think it's a bad take at all, Jeffrey, I should say. All right, Zach Ertz gets a good pickup there on second down. See how the rest of this plays out. Eagles got to get back in this game. Let's keep it competitive, man. Jalen Hurts, 8 of 18, 63 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception tonight. It's not including his rushing stats either. Hand off to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders got 5 yards, guys. There you go. Miles Sanders, look, he's doing the first down sign. Miles Sanders. Is that his second rush of the night? Eagles fans getting loud. Philly Mike, Justin Herbert, and Mike Williams, and Latavius Murray for Matt Stafford, Leonard Fournette, and Tyreek Hill. A fair trade in your opinion? I feel like it's Miles Sanders, another handoff. So swapping. I mean, I think Herbert's got a little bit more value than Stafford. Williams and Hill, I think you could argue on the same level, and Fournette is an upgrade over Murray. I just don't know that making such a large package deal is going to accomplish the goal, right? I think that you're going to be closer to being able to swap a stud wide receiver and then a player at any position, probably outside of running back in your circumstance, who has value for a stud RB1. So, I mean, I don't think it's an unfair trade, but I don't know how likely it is to happen in such a large package deal. Aiden, they just need to guard the run in middle of field. Yeah, fair enough. Third down here for the Eagles. 3rd and 3 after a little scamper by Jalen Hurts there. Let's see what happens. I think this is at that point in the game where the Bucs start to bend a little defensively. All right, let's see what happens here. You guys might be a little bit ahead of me because technically this is streaming through YouTube TV as Hurts. Oh, it was a catch, but just incomplete. Couldn't get the feet down for Watkins. Man, do you take the points here or do you go for it? I'm kind of boring, man. I'm always like, just take the points. Jeffrey Mason says, Brandley Staley, coach of the year, just already a lock. Play calling, understanding the game, as well as being a great. Sorry. Okay, sorry. A great guy off the field. Complete package. What a great hire. I'm sorry. Candidate of the year. Yeah. Teams out there really like Brandon Staley, excuse me. I think it's a great call. I hate to see the Chargers lose him. But I don't think you're far off at all. And I think the Broncos were close to hiring him as well. I think it's a great call, man. Yeah, I don't disagree with you whatsoever there, man. He is doing some very, very good things, man. So yeah, it's a great point, Jeffrey. Do you guys, on Jeffrey's topic there, have any coaches that you see being potential candidate of the year? Because I think Brandon Staley's definitely up there. And I missed who just scored in the Eagles game. The Eagles scored. Jalen Hurts. It looks like Jalen Hurts. Oh my gosh, Jalen Hurts spiked the football and hit the security guy. No way. He pegged football to security guard. That's probably the best thing that's happened all night in this game. Aiden, do you have a favorite team? Yes. The Washington football team, baby. Let's go, Washington. Yeah. Woohoo. And then my bandwagon team are the Colts and the Broncos. So I'm all over the place. Steven, our co-host, a loyal Colts fan at least. Chase, oh, I lost my place again. Chase Wilner, throw to Hertz, please. Oh, I bet on him getting 6 catches too. Yikes. I think that was meant to say Ertz. He can still as well. Philly Mike, how do you go about finding a good trade partner? Any advice, John? I would just put your guys on the trading block and let people reach out to you. I think offering too many trades can be off-putting to opposing teams, and that makes them less likely to trade. I'll just put your guys on the trading block and just be patient, and we'll see what happens. Chase Brown, that's not PI. Yeah, I was close there. Bryant, that would have been a touchdown in college. Absolutely would have been. Ryan, I give Tannehill, Godwin, and Chase Edmonds for Herbert, Williams, and Gordon. Fair enough. Chase Buck's not getting away with a bit tonight. Fair enough. Gee, wow, finally a touchdown from Ertz. Spencer Staley going to get it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great point brought up by Jeffrey there. Ryan, Ertz can suck it. Devontae Smith deserves targets. I don't disagree, man. Jerry, your call on the security guard getting hit made me laugh. That was one of the best things I've ever seen a Thursday night football game. I'm not going to lie. Dude, thank you. Usually bandwagon on good teams. Yeah. So when I was little, right? I mean, Steve and I, co-host Steve and I, grew up in very close to DC, and the reason behind me loving the Colts is the first football game I ever got at a used bookstore called McKay's, and it was Madden '99, and the first team I played with was the Colts, and I played with Peyton Manning, and I was like, sweet, I'm good with this guy in this game. And literally, I liked Peyton Manning for the rest of my life. And I was so used to Washington being so bad at football. Steve and I grew up going to a lot of Washington games and everything. And I always loved the Washington football team, man. But they just suck, right? I mean, we've done anything relevant since like 1991, except for like one playoff season from Kirk Cousins, one playoff season from RG3, and then last year, of course, one playoff season from our defense, I guess, in a very bad division. But yeah, so I just kind of stuck with wherever Peyton was. And interesting enough, Steven was always a Colts fan as well. So we got along that way. So it is interesting, but definitely bandwagon guy in that regard. I don't have a problem admitting it. Some people won't admit it. I'll admit it, man. Jason, Colts are your bandwagon team 1-4. So I guess, yeah, a little bit more historical content there. Like we just went over, Jason. Back in the day, right, when I was growing up watching football, they were Peyton Manning's Colts, and they were much, much better. And then when Peyton left, I bandwagoned to the Broncos, who were much, much better at the time as well. So, yeah. Right now, not really a bandwagon team. Fair point, Jason. Let's see here. Jeffrey, what's your preference on a new name for WFT? I'm reading for Red Wolves, and as a non-fan, will immediately get a Scary Terry jersey if they do so. Yeah, I go back and forth on this one, man. I kind of like the Red Wolves. Sure, that sounds great to me. But I feel like it'll be something pretty basic, like the Senators or the Nationals or like every other Wizards or every other Washington team. So I haven't looked at the list in a while. I don't know how accurate that so-and-so, that so-called name list is going to be. But for your sake, yeah, I like the Red Wolves. That sounds good to me. Man, AB getting shut down. Chase, Colts were good last year. Yeah, shout out Philip Rivers. Philly Mike. Tony headbutted a staff member on the Giants last Sunday. Yeah, I saw that. That was great too. Marky Mark. Cowboys getting no love, huh? You named like 5 teams you like. Hey, I root for the Cowboys a little bit. I root for Zeke and Dak. I've always liked Dak, and I've always liked Ezekiel Elliott quite a bit. So I'll give you that much, Marky Mark. And hard for me to root for the Cowboys, but I do like a lot of individual players on their team. Chase, I never disliked watching the football team, just Dan Snyder. Yeah, I don't have any respect for Dan Snyder at all. Every year I'm just hoping they get rid of him, but I don't know if it'll happen. But I had no respect for him at all. So I agree with you there. Let's see here. KA9, what's up? What's up, brother? It's good to see you. Good to see you as always. Good to have you here. Marky Mark, that is outrageous. Which part? No Cowboys love. Chase Armada was a cool idea. Or are you talking about the The Wolves, the Red Wolves. Marky Mark. K9, do you think this is a good deal? Tyreek Hill for Christian McCaffrey. It just depends if you're hurting at the RB position or the wide receiver position. Those are two players who are going to give you very high ceilings on a weekly basis. But personally, I mean, I think I'd rather have Christian McCaffrey, but I'm just biased. I always lean towards the running backs. But I got no problem with one or having Hill on your roster either. He will bounce back. The Chiefs will bounce back in general as well. All right, let's see. Mark the Cowboy hate. I don't have any hate for the Cowboys, bro. I promise. I promise. LeBron's brain. So you think I would win that trade getting McCaffrey, CD, and Henderson? Yes, I do. I do. Took me a while to think about it. I don't hate either side, but in the long run, yes, I do think you'd win the trade. Philly Mike Washington, Wolf Pack. I don't mind that. LeBron's brain. As a Mississippi State lifelong fan, I just can't like the Cowboys. Don't tell Mark. Mark's not in the mood. 2. Barely knew who Terry was last year, but I drafted him this year and watched a few Washington football games. Stud. Terry McLaurin is the real deal. I'll say that much. Chase, with Red Wolves or whatever, it's cool because we have no dog mascots except the Browns. Fair enough. Jason, so many 4th and 1s for the Bucks today. Yeah, and I guess they failed just now. Chase, unless you count whatever the hell that Fox thing is, Kansas City. Fair enough. Marky Mark, Red Wolves, awesome name. Marky Mark, what is going on in here? It's the Thursday night football hangout, man. We're all over the place tonight. That's what's going on. Man, I need AB to get me. I'm looking for another 5 points tonight. Give me a solid 20-point stat line. Man, I can't believe I benched Zach Ertz. Jeffrey Mason. Terry's a top 10 receiver in the league. Imagine that offense with a great quarterback and a second weapon. He'd be unstoppable. I agree. The O-line's not awful. Antonio Gibson's a good running back, right? McKissick is a great RB2, and especially in concerns to a PPR third down style running back, right? And yeah, I mean, I was hoping Curtis Samuel could turn up this year, right? I think Logan Thomas, you could consider a wide receiver too when healthy, right? But I absolutely agree, man. I mean, really the defense, although they've been bad this year, they need lots of help in the secondary. If we could tune up that secondary, and maybe get a little bit of help on the defense in general as well, because they still need it, get some more offensive weapons as well as an actual quarterback, then I agree. Yeah, I agree with you there. Marky Mark. Uh-oh. Lost my spot. No, I'm talking about the Cowboys hate again. No Cowboys hate tonight, man. We're gonna set Mark off, guys. No Cowboys hate. Do you trade Terry to Green Bay? Gosh, he'd be filthy with Rodgers alongside Adams. Aiden, I need some more points from Godwin. They just take him out in the red zone. They do. They do. He seems to be the PPR guy on this team, man. Richard Glass, with all these wide receiver screens, I feel like I'm watching a Bill O'Brien offense. Great call. K9, good plays. Your thoughts on AB? Love him. He was a prime target in all of my leagues this year, especially in my 2 primary leagues, right? And I think he's going to continue to be a consistent starter in fantasy, man. Love him in this offense. Full PPR. He's going to be a great player the rest of the year, man. Won't always have these high ceilings on a weekly basis, but I still think you just have to start him at this point. Life of Philly, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Catch. Any new faces out there? Hope you guys consider subscribing down below, becoming part of the Catch fam. But I do appreciate you guys coming out and dropping some fantasy Q&A our way. Bro, I'm down like 30 now just because of Fournette. Yikes. Yikes. Don't worry, man. It's early in the week. Plenty of time to come back. But Fournette is balling out. Jeffrey Mason. Ron Rivera is a dunce. Oh, no. Man said if he knew going for it on 4th down would work 9 times out of 10, he wouldn't go for it because it could be the 1 out of 10. Yeah, a little superstitious there. Imagine saying if I won the lottery 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't play it because I could be the 1 time. Fair enough. Fair enough, Jeffrey. Philly Mike, Washington Devils or Washington Bulldogs? I feel like it'll be like the Washington, I don't know, something to do with something to do with DC in general, right? Capitals, Senators. Who knows, man? I wonder when they will make that decision, though. Wow, Philly's hurting tonight. Aiden, at this point, I think AB is better than Godwin. I don't disagree necessarily. I still like Godwin, man. Yeah, but I think I agree. Ryan Washington, Sleeping Joes. Yeah, fair enough. Philly Mike John, if you can take ownership of an NFL team, which team would it be? What trades and moves would you make immediately? Interesting question. I would want to take over the Green Bay Packers and just give, and at the same time, I would just bring Aaron Rodgers in, and I would make him the part owner, and I would let him do whatever he wanted, and I would bring in whatever players Aaron Rodgers wants, and we would build the greatest football team in the league. Maybe not in the league, but one of the greatest in the league. That's what I would do. That's my answer. And we would sign Terry McLaurin as suggested right away. We would trade for him right away, and then we would trade for Vita Vea because he is a grown ass man. Yeah. And outside of that, I don't feel like there's any players on the Packers I want to trade away. Oh, we'd trade away Jordan Love, of course, right away. We'd get like a 5th round pick or something for Jordan Love right away. Saad, should I trade Hopkins and Sutton for Dalvin Cook? I don't hate that trade. Yeah, it's good to see you, man, by the way. Thanks for coming out tonight. But yeah, I don't hate that trade. If you're hurting at the running back position, I mean, Dalvin Cook's got to get healthy at some point, right? So I don't hate the trade, man. I mean, I hate to see you lose Hopkins, but if you're a confident receiver, you need a running back, I think it's a pretty good trade, actually. Just remember, Dalvin Cook, before getting injured before the season, RB2 heading into the year, RB3, right? So, I mean, I don't hate it. Philly Mike, I lived in Philly for 16 years growing up, John. Philly hurting every night. Yeah, yeah. I hear you there, man. Like I said, Steve and I have a very close friend. He's a diehard Philly fan, so I know it's hard, man. My brother and sister-in-law actually live in Philadelphia as well, but they're not sports people whatsoever. Jeffrey Mason, a bunch more emails between Bruce Allen and top NFL lawyer got released. Yeah, I think this thing is just going to continue to get uglier and uglier. What will really be done about it? Who knows? Who knows? But anyways, we're heading into the 4th quarter, right? Gosh, this game has flown by. Absolutely flown by, man. See what happens here. Saad, thanks, man, for the answer. I really appreciate it. Just subscribe. Appreciate that support, man. Appreciate you coming out tonight. If you have any other questions on the night, please let me know. That is what we were here for. But I appreciate that support. Hope you have a good time. You stick around for a while as well. Ooh, excuse me. Chase Warner made a couple bets tonight. Ertz 6 catches and Watkins 50+ yards. Might still have a shot. Let's go, Chase. Love to hear it, man. Hope you win your bets. I just suck at sports betting. It's just not for me, man. So yeah. that's oh, excuse me, I got a hiccup. Hopefully we have no hiccups on the stream. That's my feedback. I suck at sports betting. What was Tampa Bay's time in possession? Anyone know? I do not know, unfortunately. Mr. Matt J. Kim, I'm benching DJ Moore and starting Mike Williams, Stephon Diggs. What do you think? I think those are the right starts. Much, much better ceilings and overall starts for them. So yeah, I think those are the right starts. Absolutely. It's good to see you, man. Happy to have you here as always, man. Aiden, I believe it's like under 30. There you go. Chase Warner, fantasy football helped me with prop betting a lot, but I only bet what I can afford to lose. Yeah. I mean, that any investment, any risky investment in general, whether it's betting or whatever, right? That's the key thing to follow. Only invest what you can lose. But I'll keep that in mind, man. I mean, I've been playing fantasy for a while, so maybe I should be a little bit better at it, man. Let's see here. Aiden. Oh, I believe it's a little under 30, but not for sure. There's a big play to Devonta Smith. Senior Cinnabon, what's going on? It's good to have you here as always, man. Hope you're doing fantastic tonight. Hi, hope you're having a good night. Thanks, man. Of course, like I said, hope you're having a great night as well. Question: should I start Khalil Herbert since Damon Williams has COVID? Yes, absolutely. Yes. If you're planning on starting Williams, I think Herbert is just as good of a start. So absolutely, man. Sod, if I completed that trade, my roster would be Kyler, Cook, Mixon, DK, Deontay, Hunter, Henry, Swift. How would you rate that in a 12-man PPR? Quite high. I think it's a great starting lineup. I mean, a little bit of concern with Cook and Mixon in terms of injuries, right? But other than that, man, a solid 9 out of 10. I got no beef with that at all. A little bit of concern with DK with Russ being out, but on the season, man, yeah, it's a great lineup. Absolutely great lineup. Chase just felt like Fournette drained a lot of clock tonight. He sure as hell did. Jeez. I mean, the first like 5 minutes of this game flew by in that opening drive. Senior Cinnabon, should I try to find a different running back? Um, I like Khalil Herbert, man. I do. I mean, let me know who's out there on the waiver, and I'll let you know if I think anyone's better. But I think he's a safe flex play if you're hurting at the running back position this week. Brian, do you think Cordero, Patterson, and Cheese will continue to do good? I do. I do. He's the only thing left. I mean, well, don't get me wrong. I mean, Calvin Ridley's there. Mike Davis has played okay, actually. It's just Patterson has stolen the show. And then, don't get me wrong, Kyle Pitts is turning up. Don't get me wrong. But they are feeding this offense through Patterson. So, yes, I would hold on to him. I think he is a safe flex until we see that production drop off. And even if he starts to produce at half of what he's been producing, he's still a starter. So, yes, I think he's fine to start. Philly Mike, Latavius Murray or Melvin Gordon have to start one. I'd roll with Latavius Murray as Gordon's a little banged up, and that concerns me. But Murray is touchdown dependent, but I would argue at this point Gordon is also touchdown dependent. Any of those good stat lines have come from weeks where he has scored a touchdown. So I would lean Latavius Murray for the week, but I think that they're actually both quite equal overall. Wow, the Eagles are having to get crazy. Yeah, it's getting pretty ugly. They're still in this game, man. Dried Ocean, what's going on? It's good to see you as always, man. Hope you're doing fantastic. Mr. Matt J. Kim, let's go. Ertz it up. Dried Ocean, which two players would you rather have got the rest of the season? Connor and Sutton or Moss and Rondell Moore? That's a great question. Ooh. I think I'm inclined to lean Connor and Sutton. I really like Moss, don't get me wrong, but I think I like Sutton's output a little bit more than Rondell Moore. But that's a tough question, Dried Ocean. Oh man. I wouldn't mind having Moss or Connor, and I just think Sutton ends up being closer to a wide receiver one. And wow, Elliott just missed that field goal. Yikes. I feel like he looks a little bit closer to a wide receiver one than Rondell Moore. He's going to have high ceilings on certain weeks, but also, unfortunately, going to have low floors as well. Mr. Matt J. Kim, I need that vulture TD from Ertz. He could get it. He could certainly get it, but gosh, Elliott just missed that field goal. That's ugly. Marky Mark LMAO, you said he's the only thing they have left. Yeah, he's not, but and he's definitely the heartbeat of that offense, right? I mean, Mike Davis has actually played okay. He hasn't played as well as many were hoping he would, but in full PPR, he hasn't played that bad. He's still a reliable flex option, right? And don't get me wrong, Pitts is balling out. He's starting to turn up, right? And yeah, Ridley is still Ridley. Not quite to where we had wanted to see Ridley get to, but he can definitely start turning around. So yeah, I was like, God, Cordero is the only thing they have left. But yeah, it's not true. Chase Patterson's a good flex play, maybe even RB2 in a pinch. Yeah, absolutely agree. And like I said, until we see this production come to some sort of halt, I just don't think that you can bench him. Philly Mike, would the owner of Henderson be stupid to not trade him for Lamb when he is a Dak Prescott owner? Not necessarily. I mean, I don't think it's stupid by any means, but yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone in the league is going to be deemed stupid for anything. But um, let's see here. No, I mean Henderson's at a good place, man, and the stack with Prescott and Lamb is nice. But if you're happy with your starting receivers, then I don't think you always need to have a stack, right? Mark, I know what you meant. It's just funny as hell. Yeah, I know you know. It's just like rethinking it. Like I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. All right, man. This game absolutely flew by, man. Absolutely flew by. And I feel like Terry Bradshaw is on like every commercial now. All right, let's see here. Who would you target for a RB2? It's a good question. Probably, and I like those guys you were looking at earlier, Antonio Gibson and DeAndre Swift. I guess Swift is more of an RB1. I guess you could argue Gibson is also an RB1. It's a tough question. Let's see who I can get pulled up here for you, man. I think James Robinson is still James Robinson and Patterson actually. I think are really solid targets. They're starting to creep into that RB1 territory, right? Let's see here. Man, Fournette is having a monster night. Jeez. Zach Moss, not a bad target still. He's still outside the top 20. Well, I guess it depends on scoring format. Mixon's been a little banged up. Might be a realistic trade option. Could always work down the road and look at guys like CEH as well. Yeah, I think there's plenty of options out there, though. Let's see. Gordon's not a horrible RB2 for the time being. He's not. I mean, high ceiling, low floor. Josh Jacobs is my target. Yeah, still not trading him, unfortunately. Bryant, yes, sir. We just scored 1-0 now. Let's go, Bryant. Is it playoff times for? It's a really bad question. Is it playoff time? Yeah, division series. Okay. Yeah. You know what, man? As a Washington Nationals fan, I will root for the LA Dodgers and Max Scherzer. So let's go. The Nats, this is bad, man. I got out of the loop. Yeah, we didn't. I did not think we made. I mean, I was watching towards the end, but yeah, I'm not surprised that we did not make the playoffs. Hey, we still got a World Series, right? So that's all that matters. Jerry, got to check out now. Need to finish this homework. Looking forward to tomorrow's stream. Thanks for coming out tonight, Jerry. Of course, man. It's good to see that, man. Are good to see you as always. John, are you open to trades? I'm open to literally everyone on my team except my running backs. I feel very, very passionate about my running backs. Ryan, I hope the Dodgers lose, and I hope the Giants lose the next series. I'm a Padres fan. Thanks for coming out tonight, Jerry. Of course, man. It's always good to have you here, brother. Philly Mike, that made you laugh. You did good, John. I'm jealous. Your moves look bad on draft night, but TBH, you bet on the future, and I bet off of DKS stats. Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, man. You just truly never know. That's kind of the beauty of it. Man, Mike Evans only has 2 catches tonight. Why did I feel like he was playing much better? Brady finding Cameron Brate on 2nd and 15. Bucks staying in this game. Let's see what happens here. Cameron Brate got up a little slow, jogging on the sideline there. Don't know if that means a lot. Is going for Saquon a steal or stupid? I think it's a good move. Yeah, I still like Saquon on the season, man, when he's healthy. Absolutely. All right, let's see if Antonio Brown can't get another catch. Ooh, checks it down to OJ Howard, who can't quite get there. Man, he was close. Oh, and he's mad. Barely got tripped up at the end. Eagles still in this game, man. I mean, it's a bad secondary. Eagles can still get in this game. Philly Mike, could you imagine if I pulled that off and had Chubb and Barkley? Yeah, it would have been great, man. Absolutely would have been great. Oh man, Howard just got tripped up at the end. Trade Mike Evans after tonight. I can't do inconsistency. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how Mike Evans is. Very similar to Amari Cooper, right? High ceiling, low floor, every week. Last week looked like one of the best receivers to own in fantasy. This week, not looking so great, but there's still time, so we'll see what happens. Plenty of time left in the game. Plenty of time for the Eagles to creep back in this. I gotta find I gotta try and find a video of Jalen Hurts slamming that security guard with a football. That's my top priority right now. I've got one. I found one already of Leonard Fournette throwing the trying to get that football to the lone Buccaneers fan. All right, Tom Brady finds no one. No one on fourth down. Looked like he had an open man in front of him too. Philly Mike, would you trade or keep Jacoby Myers? I mean, quite honestly, he's going to be a flex receiver you can start on a weekly basis. So I don't mind holding on to him, but if you can get the right trade, I don't mind. I don't mind that as well. Marky Mark and Coop's been banged up. He has been. He has been. But I, he's always a little banged up, right? Mark, you can attest. He's always a little bit banged up, right? But he's a scary guy to not start, right? I've always liked Amari Cooper. I'm so mad slash happy with Mike Evans. Philly Mike Highlight Heaven posted. Yeah, I just found it. I just found it from Highlight Heaven. Just sent it to Ryan Stevens' good buddy. He's an Eagles fan. I was like, I got to make sure he saw that. He automatically replied and said, I saw that with a bunch of laughing faces. But thank you, Philly Mike. Good call out, bro. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard to be not mad and happy at the same time with Mike Evans. Man, this Halloween commercial is scary. Michael Myers looking pretty tough right now. All right, Eagles are in this game, guys. Eagles can still win. Eagles have a chance. Got to go ahead and do something on this drive, though. Marky Mark always, but he's a beast when at least close to healthy. Absolutely agree. I mean, look at week one, man. Uh, look at week one of the season, right? He could do it just as well as anyone out there, right? It's just a matter of being healthy and not having number one corner on him. And I mean, where CeeDee Lamb is at, right? Thought it would help him quite a bit, and as well as Michael Gallup. But we'll see what happens. Philly Mike Mark just made me trade Henderson for Lamb and Gordon. I actually don't think that's that bad of a trade. I think it's a pretty fair trade overall, man. right, Jalen Hurts, 1st and 10. Let's see what happens here. Jalen finds Miles Sanders, gets a point, gets a catch. Here we go. All right, let's see here. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. They got to hurry up. They got to hurry up. Miles Sanders, look at that, getting the running back involved. A good run. Miles Sanders did something tonight on 2 straight plays. Can you believe that, guys? 1st down for the Eagles. They can get right back in this game. Let's make this a competitive game. Let's go Eagles. Let's root for the underdog, guys. And another run. Look at that. Look at that. Miles Sanders. Look at that. 3 straight plays of Miles Sanders doing something. Marky Mark, I'm good. Philly Henderson is not an RB2. I think he is. I think he is, Marky Mark. Wow. Eagles are getting right back in this, boys. Philly Mike versus Catch Fam Matt. Let's stand up. Yeah, let's go, Catch Fam. Yeah, I think most people are probably sitting back watching the game. Typically, on the Thursday night streams, we get much more action when the game ends. So we'll see what happens, man. But I appreciate you shouting that out, Philly Mike. All right. Wow, I can't believe that. Look at that. You actually run the football, and you have some success there. Unbelievable, right? All right, let's see what the Eagles can or can't do. And they hand it off to Miles Sanders. Good move. Wow, this Bucs team maybe defense getting a little tired. Hard to say. They got all their timeouts. They got to score, and they got to stop the Bucs. Right now, it's looking like stopping the Bucs will be more unlikely. Marky Mark, I think he's an RB1 low end. Okay, I agree with that statement. I was thinking of it in a different manner in terms of him not being in a second RB on your team he could start. But I absolutely agree. He is RB1. Absolutely agree. Holding on the defense. Wow. Yikes. Mr. Matt J. Kim, would anyone flex DJ Moore if CMC stays out over Kareem Hunt? Personally, I'd lean towards Kareem Hunt. I mean, I don't mind the volume that we're going to potentially see out of DJ Moore on a weekly basis. I still believe in DJ Moore. I'm still quite high on him, but I feel very good about Kareem Hunt right now. Let's see. DJ Moore, full PPR. Worst performance of the year last year. It's a good matchup. A decent matchup versus Minnesota. Miles Sanders is stuffed automatically. I think I like Kareem Hunt right now, man. I think Hunt's the better play. But don't get me wrong, Moore could have a huge game, man. I think if flip a coin, you'd have a good outcome either way. Philly Mike, would you trade Justin Herbert and have 2 solid QBs and better RB depth? Yeah, I would. Ryan, if Eagles win, I'll trade Jonathan Taylor for Mike Williams, Herbert, and Gordon. Mr. Matt J. Kim, excuse me. Hurts to Ertz, please. Yeah. I was just thinking that could happen and would make a lot of sense here. As Jalen Hurts gets in the end zone, man. Flexing on him. Right back in this game. Right back in this game, man. Let's go. Thursday Night Football. I told you guys. Eagles weren't out of this thing. Philly Mike, Nick Chubb, or Kareem Hunt? Good question. I like both of them. If I owned both of them, I would start both of them at this point in the season. Bryant, it's getting close. It is. Ryan, I hate Hurts. Why not Devonta Smith? Man, why are they going for 2? Is it just how gassed the Bucs have looked? I am surprised, Ryan, that Devonta Smith has not had a better night. Chase Brown, I told you Hurts would find a way to get at least 20. Yeah, right. Wow. 2-point conversion is successful. I kind of like this Watkins one, man. Mr. Matt Jacob, what the fuck he called me? Yeah, talked a little too fast there. We'll leave it off the table. Uh, Richard Glass, you're the big winner, Chase. He sure is. Catch fan making the right calls, man. Great 2-point conversion. Ooh, Vita Vea's pissed. Like we said, we don't want to make him mad. Jeffrey Mason, garbage time king. Yeah, Philly's right in this game, man. Philly Mike John, what were you drinking on stream last night? A water? What? It's Waterloo. I always have a ton of these. My work sells them, so they're pretty cheap. It's just sparkling water, naturally flavored. I'm not sponsored by Waterloo. So yeah. Philly fans getting excited. Some of them just look pissed. Nothing new there. In the stands, that is. Chase Brown, Richard Glass, I got you. Philly Michael Waterloo. Richard Glass, can you make AB score a touchdown here? Thanks. Yeah, I would love that too. He's had a good stat line, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't mind another touchdown. Anyone bet on the Eagles to win tonight? Marky Mark, let's go, Hurts. I need every point because Mike Evans was also in my other lineup. Hey, at this point, Evans could start to turn up with this game script, and Hurts could start to turn up as well. So we'll see what happens. But I hope it works out for you, Mark. Ryan, give Devonta Smith the ball if they get it back, or I riot. Oh no, we don't want that. Let's get Devonta Smith the ball. Bryant, who do you think is better, CMC or King Henry? I love both of these players, man. I truly do. As Fournette gets the ball on first down, accidentally gets out of bounds. Don't think he wanted that. But I am a bigger fan of Derrick Henry. I think I just always loved Derrick Henry. But I view these guys in very similar fashion, although they are very, very, very different styles of running backs. Love both of them, two of my favorite players in the league. But I just love Derrick Henry, man. Just a big fan of Derrick Henry overall. In terms of who is better, they're both amazing in their own respective way. Philly Mike, John, you drinking that Waterloo? I like to drink my tall boys. Fair enough. To each their own. Jeffrey Mason, who is your third rookie receiver? Assuming the top two are Chase and Devonta. It's a good question, man. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. Chase has got to be number one, without a doubt. I feel like Rashad Bateman can step it up. I mean, Elijah Moore has gotten a lot of buzz, but he hasn't done anything. I mean, I like Jalen Waddle, right? Rondo Moore and Amon-Ra St. Brown are up there. Forgot Kadarius Toney is a rookie, but he is. But honestly, man, I still love Terrace Marshall Jr. I still think he can turn this thing around, right? He hasn't done a whole lot this year, hasn't really got involved, but I really do like Terrace Marshall Jr. And I hope that Bateman can turn up too, because I've also been a big fan of him as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of good guys there. And I don't know if it's going to be this season, but I don't mind. I don't mind Terrace Marshall Jr. as my pick. But I like Waddle. I like St. Brown. I like Moore. I like Bateman. Moore, Elijah Moore, that is, not Rondell Moore. Oh, there's a big catch by AB who gets tripped up. He's probably not happy with that. He's flexing on him. But yeah, there's a lot of good rookie receivers out there. It's a great question. I hope Bateman can turn it up, though. I really do like him. Richard Glass, I'm over these stupid penalties. Did that get called back? Dang it. Spencer, finally finished all my work, can finally relax and smoke a doobie. Shout out to Spence. Time for some relaxation. Chase, that was a dumb decision by the Eagles player. Yeah. 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 Chase Brown, AB, at least 20 points. Let's keep it going. Marky Mark sounds good to me at Spence. There you go. Little catch fam chemistry. Philly Mike, Najee Harris, or Zeke. Love both of these guys. Absolutely love both of these guys. 100%. But I think I lean. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Zeke's more proven. Najee's younger, can prove more in the end. I love both of them. Could flip a quarter, and I'd like either side. Chase Brown, afraid Bucks can just run the ball and clock. They might be able to. It's absolutely true. 2nd and 9. This is a big play. If they can, decent tackle here. Should bring up 3rd and 6. We'll see. We'll see. Spencer got 31 out of Brady and AB so far, standard scoring, so not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. For the Buccaneers. Biggest play of the game so far. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. Jeffrey, Ertz is the king of bad football, but great fantasy production. Seems to be the tale this season, man. I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Got 46 from Ertz and AB. I'll take it. Let's go, Chase. I like to hear it. All right, 3rd and 7. Let's see what the Bucs can or can't do. Brady dropping back. And finds Antonio Brown. Biggest play of the night so far. Man, he just can't stop him. OMG, Brown tripped. Yeah, he's tripped on like the last 2 plays. But he is just balling out tonight, man. Spencer, I'm just going to say this. J-Rob is going to be a top 5 running back this week against Miami. I certainly think he could be. Yeah, I love him this week. Believe I had him in the must-start segment. I think he's going to have a great week as well. I don't disagree with that whatsoever, man. I definitely can see it going down, man. All right, 1st and 10. Now the Bucs. The Eagles really got to make some stops, right? Absolutely got to make some stops. We'll see what happens. They've got 2 timeouts in the 2-minute warning, so they're not out of this yet. Yeah, I wonder how many points AB's got me at. And I'm playing half PPR in the league that I own him, so we'll see. Ertz is best garbage time quarterback. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Yeah, AB is at 19.8 points for me in half PPR. And this was the best matchup. The worst matchup outside of New England he's had all season long. Now he's got Chicago and New Orleans coming up, which is great. Wow, AB's got a great fantasy matchup or matchups for the rest of the season. It's a little tough around playoff time, though. Richard Glass, 24.3 in full PPR for AB. Let's go. I like it. Cameron Brate. Ooh, I thought Cameron Brate might score there. Yeah, looking a little shady for the Eagles at this point. Not looking very good. But we will watch for garbage time points on the Eagles if the Bucs do score here. Eagles got to get turnover, best case scenario. See what happens. Third and 1. 0 timeouts for Philly. Jeffrey, just a reminder to everyone to bench Magic Mike Evans when he plays Daddy Lattimore. Yeah, Lattimore, one of the best corners in the league. Remember what he did week 1 versus Devontae Adams? After that, I was like, man, we can't start any wide receiver ones versus the Saints. Then he got a little banged up right after. So, and I think that was the week the Saints had their worst game of the season. But regardless, man, Brady with a little QB sneak. Is he okay? Just laying on the football forever there. Yeah, I don't want to mess around going against Marcus Lattimore as well. Spencer Steven is down 54 points. He probably doesn't want to talk about it. How many touchdowns does Brady have tonight? It's probably a question I could answer for myself. How many touchdowns does Brady have? Let's see. I lost track. He's not having that great of a game. 2 passing touchdowns and an interception. Yeah, not having a great game overall. Ryan says game over and answers my question of 2 touchdowns. Thank you, Ryan. Is this his worst performance on the year? No, I forgot about New England. Yeah. Second worst performance on the year. Coming off of his best performance of the year. 2 tough matchups for the Bucks defensively are facing in terms of defenses they're facing. Chicago, New Orleans coming up. Yeah, man, we really haven't seen the Bucks face too many divisional opponents yet. It's going to get interesting seeing some of those division games. Carolina week 16, Carolina week 18. Be interesting. Oh yeah, I guess they are just going to take a knee. No garbage time points. Come on, man. What a sad way to lose. Just watching the opposing quarterback take 2 knees. 3 knees, I should say. Good win by the Bucks, man. They're not going to risk anything. They've got Chicago, New Orleans, a bye week, then the Washington football team, and the Giants. Jeffrey, can the Bucks just score so I can get some garbage time Devonta Smith points? Yeah, unfortunately, it's not looking that way. Philly Mike John, I know you don't want to speak too much about the draft without Steven, but was there a steal you saw in any rounds from last night? Just keeping small talk. Yeah, no worries, man. Hollywood Brown was the steal of the draft. I mean, the fact that he fell that late to Jason was insane. So I would definitely say that Hollywood Brown was the overall steal of the draft, hands down. But there were plenty of other good picks going along throughout the whole night. Richard Glass, Marquise Brown was the biggest steal, absolutely. And I thought about taking him when I picked Josh Jacobs, and then I thought I actually got my order messed up on the screen. I thought I had to turn around. I actually had to wait a full other round, or else probably would have taken him. Chase Brown, Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick was a great pick when you picked him. I was going to take him literally the pick after that he got chosen. So, yeah, that was a great pick too. Chase Brown, I'll take 25 points from Ertz with playing him and playing against him. I like it. It's not bad. Good victory by the Buccaneers. Absolutely. I think I have the draft board right on my desktop. Yeah, I need to make the new thumbnail. I'm going to use the draft board from last night. I think it's missing the last round, but I'm going to replace that on our thumbnail for the channel. Oh yeah, this isn't exactly the most specific, but I think I can tell. So this is first round, second round, third round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Michael Pittman lasting to round 7. I like where I got Emmanuel Sanders. I felt pretty good about that, but there's a pretty heavy run on receivers there. Let's see here. Round 8. Jerry Jeudy was a really good pick by Spence there in round 8. Can actually see who picked who. I think Mike Davis was a good pick in round 8 as well. Tony Pollard, another good pick in round 9. Spencer had a good draft. Oh, Sterling Shepard lasting to the end of round 9 was a great pick as well. Really liked that. But yeah, let's see. Hollywood Brown fell all the way to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fell to the beginning of the 6th round. The 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th pick in the 6th round. And Zach Moss taken right before him, and James Conner are really good picks. So I like all those as well. And but yeah, Tim Patrick all the way in the 11th round was an amazing pick. I will say I really liked that pick. So yeah, plenty. I mean, you guys killed the draft. You guys did awesome. Or maybe that wasn't the 11th round. Maybe that was the 10th round for Tim Patrick. But still, great pick at that point in time. Yeah, I'm just looking through. Yeah, those are the ones that kind of jump out to me. And of course, Dawson Knox steal the draft by Marky Mark, as he stole him from me. All right, let's see here. Ryan, I got TJ Hawkinson like the 10th round. Yeah, you got TJ Hawkinson right as I was looking at him. It was a great pick as well. Chase, dang, Eagles got no bye till December. Yikes. That's rough. Philly Mike, I took Bills defense early, 5-6. Huge mistake in the 3rd round when picking. My stuff froze and I freaked out and took CeeDee Lamb. Could have got Gibson. That means I could have had Chubb and Gibson. Yikes. Yeah, if you guys weren't around for the Catch Fam 100 subscribers, no, I'm sorry, not the 100 subscriber special, for when I live streamed mine and Steven's draft, the whole thing crashed while I was live streaming. That was a very big panic moment. So I'm sorry that happened to you, feeling like face tinfoil. I flexed Devonta Smith over Robert Woods. I'm screwed this week. I'm sorry, man. It was a great matchup. I mean, it truly was a beautiful matchup. And I did not expect Devonta Smith to have that bad of a game. But don't give up, man. I mean, all it takes now is for your opponent to have, one stinker as well. So don't freak out. Plenty of time left overall, man. So don't panic yet. Let's see here. JJ. So I'm glad I started AB over Amari Cooper. I'm glad as well, homie. Could I trade Amari Cooper for a good quarterback? Probably. If there's a team out there hurting at the receiver position, he's got depth at the QB position. Yeah, I don't see why not. Marky Mark, I'm sorry, bro. It's all good. I'm gonna have to bring that up the rest of the season, but it's all good, homie. No hard feelings. Spencer Stern. Bill's defense was a mistake. Bryant. Should I trade Lamar Jackson for a good receiver and a solid QB option? My starting QB my and a solid QB option. My starting QB is Kyler. Is Kyler not his? Yeah, I don't mind that, man. I don't mind that. But I hate to see. I mean, that's just amazing depth between those two guys. But if you get another solid RB2, I don't mind it. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Mark, but we've talked. You knew I liked Knox and Schultz. Yeah, man, I'm happy you got Knox. You deserve him. Absolutely, brother. James House, starters, D Hop, Godwin, Henry, Aaron Jones, Kelsey Henderson. Wow, that's crazy. Julio, Sanders, Debo, Knox, Judy, Michael Thomas, Deontay Harris, and Ian Thomas. Think I should trade Henry for Devontae. I don't like Godwin as a or as a wide receiver 2. No, I don't think you should give up Derrick Henry. I mean, it's a fair trade in terms of respective, players at their. Yeah, I don't hate it, but I do hate it. I don't want you to lose Derrick Henry. Let's see when Judy comes back. I mean, listen, man, Debo can be your wide receiver too. So you can start Hopkins and Debo, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Kelsey, and Henderson, and you're fine, man. And then you can even flex Knox. Don't do that trade, man. Don't do it. Yeah, I would not do that trade. You can trade Godwin you can trade Godwin. Yeah, in general, right? But do not lose Henry, man. You're fine there. JJ, would you take DK for Pat Mahomes in standard league? Probably not, unless you're absolutely hurting at the receiver position all around. Um, but yeah, if it depends on who your backup QB is. I don't want you to lose Patrick Mahomes, man. Let's see. Yeah, some debate, guys. Just keep the debate positive, but I'd never mind the debate, guys. Keep it going there. Spencer, Richard, and Philly Mike as well. C. Fran the man. Tony or Brandon Cooks, PPR rest of season. Thanks and God bless. Appreciate that, man. Thank you and God bless you as well. And I think the stream's a little laggy. Let me know, guys. Hope it's not bothering you guys too much. Don't know what's going on. Maybe just poor connection or bad weather outside. But let's see here. Tony or Brandon Cooks. I still think I like Brandon Cooks for rest of season. I just think that the volume's there for him, man. And Tony's going to have to compete with some other guys as well. So I think on the season I'd lean Brandon Cooks. Philly Mike, Justin Herbert, Mike Williams for Patrick Mahomes and Devontae Adams. I would still lean Patty Mahomes and Devontae Adams there. Spencer, they got 3 easy matchups the next 3 weeks. There you go. Nick T, hopefully you use Sanders more after it gets exposed on national television, right? And like that last drive there towards the end, they use Miles Sanders and they have a good drive, right? It's like, I think you're absolutely right, Nick T. Like, I think it's absolutely like, it's just bonkers that they're not utilizing their running backs, including Kenneth Gainwell more, right? I mean, I guess he's more of a receiver, but whatever he is, hybrid player, right? Spencer, I love you taking the Bills. Why would I do that? Better players for me. That's Philly says, Spencer, how come you're next to me yelling, don't take the Bills, D? Let's see here. Philly Mike Fournette or Zach Moss? I like both of them quite a bit. It's hard to argue against Fournette after tonight, but I think they're both on fantastic offenses. You can flip a coin. I mean, I view them in very, very similar fashion. If I was to trade for Henderson or Gibson, who would you go with PPR? I'd lean Henderson. Like the Rams offense as a whole more scoring opportunities, and I like a lot of these upcoming matchups for Henderson. He's got a very easy strength of schedule coming up. So I'd lean Henderson. Spencer says between Fournette and Moss. I don't mind that pick. I mean, he looks like a more clear-cut RB1 as Singletary is stealing some picks from Moss. Or some touches from Moss. So I don't mind that pick at all. Spencer, they still have to perform. Spencer, I like Henderson more rest of season. Yeah, I don't disagree with you there either. Philly Mike Evans gave me very little tonight, but had like 25 last week. Yep. Low floor, high ceiling on a consistent basis. It's always that way with a lot of these. I don't know how to describe them. I mean, Amari Cooper is someone who I think is very, very, very close to how Mike Evans' output is on a weekly basis. Thielen gave me 23 week 1 and 2 and 3 points week 3 and 4. Yikes. Yeah, he's very touchdown dependent, but when he scores, he puts up big points. Chase Brown, welcome to Evanston Fantasy. Yeah, no kidding. Tasha Carp just traded Woods for Fournette. Should I stick with him or think about trade for better? I don't mind the trade if you're hurting at receiver, man. Or excuse me, if you're hurting at running back. Sorry, I had to reread that. But that's about where I would stand with that. Yeah, I mean, I like both players for sure. It just depends on if you're hurting at receiver or running back. Spencer, Mike Evans, most annoying player to own in fantasy. Why I will never have Evans on my team. Fair enough. Marky Mark says boom bust. Yep, that's another good way to put it. Tajay Carp, Waller, Schultz, Damian Harris, Davis, Fournette, Gaskin, Sanders, Tyreek, Myers, and Bateman. Let me go back here. Okay, so just traded Woods for Fournette. So you've got Damian Harris, Davis, And then looking at your receivers, Tariq Myers. I don't hate that trade then. Yeah, I don't hate it. You've got quite a few running backs, but a lot of them aren't that consistent. I would look now to ship Sanders and Gaskin while he's a little bit higher, or even Harris. I mean, keep Davis and Fournette, but look to ship those two guys for another wide receiver one or an RB1. Evan and Thielen are always stayaways. I mean, I don't disagree, but I think they at least hold some value in standard leagues just based on scoring. But I don't disagree. Feeling like maybe I'll trade Mike Evans, trade it for Gaskin. LeBron's brain. What you think? Chubb, Taylor for Henderson, Gibson, and Deontay Johnson. So Chubb, Taylor, trading away, receiving Henderson, Gibson, Deontay Johnson. I think it's a fair trade. If you're hurting at receiver, you replace those running backs with two other running backs you can start on a weekly basis. A little bit higher on Chubb and Taylor than Gibson, but I like Henderson quite a bit. Then you get a wide receiver one. So if you're hurting at receiver, I don't think it's a bad trade. Richard, not in our league, you won't. Spencer, rather Evans and Gaskin, though. I think I agree with that, too. Richard Glass, I have Tampa's best wide receiver already on my team. Yeah, let's go AB. At least he's persistent. Yeah, let's go AB. Spencer, Philly is going to struggle for getting an RB from a trade. Fair enough. Philly, Mike, Gaskin, Latavius Murray, or Gordon. I view all those guys in pretty similar value. You don't really know what you're going to get out of them on a weekly basis. And they're all going to be touchdown dependent. So it is hard to say. All right. Trying to turn off my TV, hoping to help out internet connection. So sorry, my lighting's all screwed up, but I look like kind of scary right now. It's like, yeah, there we go. That might be a little bit better. All right. Not really. Okay. I know you guys don't really care. None of you guys are like sitting here staring at my face, I'm sure. Let's see here. What time is it, guys? 11:36. Man, I had just like been on the weirdest schedule lately, guys. Like not tired ever, except when I first wake up. I quit caffeine. I haven't had caffeine in over a week now, which is like insane for me. Uh, but I just have like this whole other type of energy. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just like ready to down for whatever. So keep the fantasy Q&A rolling, man. Probably have to jump off around 12 tonight, but keep it rolling, man. And we'll keep cooling for a minute, man. Richard Glass, I'm quarantined from work all week, so my schedule is all screwed up. Oh no. Game all day, watch YouTube all night. Let's go, Richard. Yeah, I wish I could be on here later for you, man. I do. Yeah, this is like I do have to go in a little bit earlier tomorrow, but if not, I'd stick around for a minute tonight. Spencer Stern, give me Mike Williams. Yeah, I want Mike Williams as well. Spencer, I'll trade you Russell Wilson for James Robinson. Let me know. You guys are going to regret not having Russell Wilson on your team. Remember that. His finger is kind of broken, but you guys are going to regret it. Well, that was a good Thursday night game, man. All right, man. I can't believe it's already like Friday. I don't know about you guys, but this week just like flew by for me, man. Absolutely flew by. Spencer, blasphemy, John. Not a chance. Yeah, I know. I know there's no chance. I'm just messing with you. Richard Glass, he's 9 fingers. He has 9 other fingers. He's fine, right? Spencer, I drafted Najee over Williams. Fair point. Oh man, what else is going on, guys? It's that time of night. It's that time of night. What's going on in everyone's life? Let's any fantasy Q&A is welcome. We're gonna close out over the next 20 minutes. Just let me know what's up with you guys. How's everyone doing? Richard Glass, I subbed to your non-existent channel. Appreciate that, man. I did see that earlier. Yeah, if you're ever really bored, I mean, I haven't really gone back and watched those videos in a long time, but I did like a whole series of like documentary style games, like what happened to uh this game. I mean, I think I only did like 6 videos, maybe. I did like those videos, man. It just never took off. And I think that was one of the biggest things I had to realize was that it was probably time to make a change, right? I mean, I knew I was going to keep doing YouTube, but that channel itself, I mean, gaming is a very difficult niche to get into on YouTube, and uh, kind of sucked. I was upset about it at first, but look where we are now, man. So, there's some advice for you guys. Never be afraid to humble yourself and make a change, right? But thanks, Richard. Hope you get some enjoyment out of the old channel, man. Philly Mike, would you start James Robinson or Josh Jacobs this week? I have a feeling Jacobs versus Denver is 100-yard game. I mean, Najee tore him up, man. Absolutely tore him up, which they've been pretty good against the run on the season, but Najee destroyed them last week. So I like both of those guys. I really do. Marky Mark, I'm hype, man, taking it day by day, one day at a time. Best thing you can do. Something I learned a little bit ago. Hour by hour, too. Just take the day slow, man. You know? Think about the present. Don't think about what's before. And always move forward. Here we go. Little advice time from John. Spencer, got to remember Judy is wide receiver 2 when healthy. He sure as hell is. I don't remember how many of you guys were around for the preseason, offseason. I was super high on Jerry Judy. Ridiculously high on Jerry Judy. Still am. Have him in my 20-man league. I think I cursed him, and he got hurt. Richard Glass, I've been gaming much longer than you. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you have. But I definitely will check them out. Yeah, most of them are pretty short too. So, but I appreciate you checking out the old channel, man. Be something nice maybe when you're bored. Check out the documentary style videos. You'll probably recognize them. Those Call of Duty videos probably won't be that interesting to you. Let's see here. Marky Mark facts, yes, sir. Philly Mike, Adam Humphries versus Kansas City or Collins versus Indy? I think Adam Humphries is a sneaky sleeper start this week. I don't mind Adam Humphries against that awful secondary, although some of these awful secondaries we've been watching have been playing much better. So I like Adam Humphries this week. CPN, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Catch. Hope you consider subscribing down below, becoming part of the Catch fam. But nonetheless, man, appreciate you coming out tonight and stopping by the channel, man. Hope you're having a great night. Hey, do I trade Lockett for Thielen? Spencer says no, and I think I agree with that, man. Yeah. Yeah. I think I agree there. I would hold on to Lockett. I think he's got a higher ceiling, especially when Russ comes back. Do I start Rondell Moore or Beckham? That's a great question, man. Going to be a high-scoring game, I think. Maybe these defenses show up. They've shown flashes throughout the season, but so far in these, bigger contender games for Cleveland, it's been that turns into a shootout. So I think I'd lean Rondell Moore, right? Low floor, high ceiling, boom or bust, whatever you want to call it, right? I do think that Rondell Moore is due for one of those big games. And I like rolling the dice there. Beckham, I want to like. Don't get me wrong, man. I do want to like him, but I just don't know that it's going to happen anytime soon. Man, I can't believe that. I can't believe Odell Beckham, the downfall, right? I love Odell Beckham. I really do. But yeah, I just don't know that we can trust him from a fantasy perspective, man. Unfortunately. Good fantasy questions though, man. If you got any others, please let us know, man. That's what we are here for. So yeah, tomorrow night, not sure quite yet exactly what time Steve and I are going to be getting on, but we will definitely be on tomorrow night, unless something changes with Steven, but he does plan on being on tomorrow. Excuse me. So tomorrow we're going to do a podcast topic. Hope you guys, new kind of segment. We're going to be, kind of introducing new segments as the season continues, just trying to get you guys different types of content. Although we love doing just a general fantasy Q&A as well. Kind of hopping on the stream, starting with a topic of conversation. Hopefully you guys will interact with one another around the topic within the chat. And then Steve and I will just debate 15 minutes, nothing crazy long, and then we'll hop into the fantasy Q&A. But, we have the must start segments throughout the week, right? And I hope you guys enjoy those. We kind of changed from doing, a daily video, right, to just turning into a live stream segment, and then ending it with fantasy Q&A as well. So let's see here. Richard Glass, I'll watch for you tomorrow, gentlemen. I'm going to game for some more before bid. Thanks for coming out, Richard. Always good to have you here, man. Good to have you here, brother. Peace out, man. Thanks for coming through. Always appreciate you, Richard. Philly Mike, any mistakes from last night? Any regrets on you drafting Kareem Hunt so high? No, not at all. He's still a top 5 running back right now. So, yeah, I feel good about taking him. I mean, I kind of wish I took Hollywood Brown over Josh Jacobs potentially. That's really the only place that I felt bad about the draft. Apparently not taking Dawson Knox in the first round. But no, I feel good about the draft, man. Yeah. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll hop on, do a little podcast segment we've got planned, jump into some fantasy Q&A. And that's the stream for tomorrow. I need to get with Steven, figure out a time. I'll have it scheduled tomorrow as well, so you guys will know ahead of time. And then Saturday, we just got the Saturday night late stream, guys, which you can't wait for, like always. It's always a blast. Sunday, I think we're going to do a late stream. I think it'll probably just be me, though. Well, maybe we'll start a little bit earlier and Steven can hop on too. We'll see. Steven's going to go. I don't know if Steven's going to be available Sundays. He's going to the Washington and Kansas City game. So, yeah, I don't know if we'll see Steven Sunday either. But we'll definitely see Steven tomorrow. Then we'll just turn around and do it again next week, man. So, yeah. What round is Knox taken in third? Mark, good vibes. Always good vibes, brother. Always good vibes. I just miss Dawson Knox. My obsession of the year. You guys, I've always rooted for Dawson Knox, man. Like always. And this is the one year that I don't pick him up off waivers because I've done it every year, and he always lets me down. So, yeah. John was mad. I was very sad. I don't know if I was mad. I was just sad. It was a great pick, though, Mark. Spencer, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Love him, but not that much. He's touchdown dependent. Yeah, I got a feeling on Dawson Knox. My last name is Dawson, so maybe that's the connection there. And Knox is a dope name. Yeah, I mean, this is how I make my fantasy decisions. Do they have cool hair? Do they have cool names? Those are the most important things, man. You know what I'm saying? Good trade value for trading John. I will trade you my entire roster for Dawson Knox. Everyone you want, including Russell Wilson. I will definitely trade Russell Wilson for Dawson Knox. Whoever took Hollywood, Jason Kenobi did. It was a good pick. mean, I don't feel too bad about Jamar Chase and Emmanuel Sanders, but I do have some concerns around Emmanuel Sanders. Just know there's going to be certain weeks where he's not going to be as consistent. So we'll see what happens, man. But I don't mind being RB heavy. Don't mind it at all. All right, guys, we will start to wind down the stream on the night. Got about 10 minutes left here, so get any final thoughts and fantasy Q&A out as well. Do appreciate all you guys coming through tonight, man. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. I certainly did. Thursday night stream, always good time, man. Sit back and watch some football, talk some fantasy. Oh, wow, Mac Miller's got an audio-visual presentation going on. Oh, for Faces. Yeah, they're releasing Faces as an actual album. It's always just scattered around as a mixtape online. Mac Miller is my favorite artist, and I didn't know this was happening, so this is awesome. Shout out Mac Miller. Favorite artist, guys? Let me know as we wind down the stream. I've got the exclusive swimming / circles. I think there's only so many of these made. It's not open with Mac Miller's last 2 albums. That's my favorite artist. Let's see here. Not sure I'd be comfortable rocking Sanders at the 2. Yeah. I don't know. I would be either. Philly Mike, DeAndre Swift, or Mixon. I think I'd lean Swift this week. Swift or Gibson. I think I'd lean Swift as well. As Spencer says, they are all close. They are. I view those guys in very, very similar fashion right now. But I just think the Lions have to rely on Swift. He's got the best chance at being the most consistent player on a weekly basis. I think that's where I lean there. It's tough to say. But, man, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those guys. Definitely close, man. Definitely close. All right. Marky Mark of all time. Big pun. I like it. Not as well known. I mean, what, lean back, right? 100%. I mean, I will say, I'm like a very Steve and I grew up listening to like a lot of hip hop. Like that's always been my favorite genre, and Stevens as well. Absolutely. So yeah, it's a good call. On the other side here, well, let's see here. Philly Mike, listen to Mac on live mixtapes websites 2010 high school. I like it. Spencer, Snoop Dogg has always been one of my go-tos. Yeah, on the wall in front of me, we've got quite a few albums. So I've got The Chronic by Dr. Dre framed. Well, they're all framed. That doesn't really matter. 2014 or Forest Hill Drives, J. Cole, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye. We've got Circles by Mac Miller, and then behind me is Circles with Swimming, exclusive release. Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1 and 2 by Lil Peep. Take Care by Drake. And wow, this light is blinding me as I look up. And gosh, oh yes. Oh my gosh. Astro World by Travis Scott. Then I've got Nevermind by Nirvana. Gotta have the Nirvana album up there too. Then I've got another Mac Miller. It's just a poster of Swimming, the album cover frame. And I got a poster that's got like every single one of Lil Peep's albums on there. So there you go. There's my album collection. On the wall, at least. I've got more. Let's see here. Marky Mark next time, everyone. Let's see here. Davis Tinsley, Brandon Cooks, T. Higgins, or CeeDee Lamb pick 2. I think I'd lean Cooks and Higgins this week. I love CeeDee Lamb, but it's such a tough matchup. I want to pick Lamb, but if I'm looking at matchups, it's Cooks and Higgins. If I'm not, I'm thinking about the players. It's Cooks and Lamb this week. Philly Mike, you listen to Mimo the Fiasco. Check out Riding Dirty, Mimo the Fiasco. Okay, I'll put that down, man. Absolutely. Spencer, Gin and Juice will be the song my kids hate because I play it so much. Yeah. Uh, I keep telling people, uh, they're like, my wife Alice and I are little baby girls due into January, and I'm like, the only uh, the only album my daughter's allowed to listen to is Chronic by Dr. Dre. But yeah, I wouldn't mind throwing Doggy Style in there by Snoop Dogg either. Davis, thanks, man. New follow coming your way. Yeah, of course, man. That's what we're here for, bro. Let us know if you have any further fantasy questions on the night, as we are starting to wind down the stream by midnight. But I appreciate that support, man. Uh, welcome to the catch. Welcome to the catch, fam. Appreciate you coming out tonight, man. Philly Mike, Hood Style, love you, John. Yeah, I mean, I'm not very hood, I have to admit, but I just love. I mean, I love hip hop. Always have. Just love it as a genre. Love the culture behind it, man. Love the history of it. There's a great docu series on Netflix, and oh my gosh, can't remember the name of it. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is really gonna bother me. We're gonna have to look it up. Spencer, my kid's gonna be swearing in preschool. No way, little homie isn't a fan of rap with me. I feel you there. Brian, how many points do you think Adams will score? I think he's got another game on the horizon like he had last week, man. A lot. A lot. I don't remember that docu-series on Netflix is, but it's very good. And it's great. All about the history of hip hop, basically. Would you trade for Javonte Williams? Sure. I think it's a good time to buy him low. Yeah. JT Movin, would you trade Derrick Henry and Devontae Booker for James Robinson and Gibson? No. No. If you're going to trade Derrick Henry, you need to get Eckler, CMC, Zeke, Kamara, Harris. You need to get a top tier guy, and then a James Robinson, and maybe even a Gibson. I mean, I just wouldn't. The price for Henry needs to be a Devontae Adams and a Najee Harris. It needs to be super high. And if you're trading Derrick Henry, you shouldn't be trading anyone with him, even if it's a low tier RB2 like a Booker or a flex play like Booker while Saquon's out. If you're trading Henry, man, you need to get absolute stud value. Philly Mike, is Mike Davis a solid RB2 behind Chubb? I think in full PPR, yeah. It's not the best option, but if you look at his stats, I mean, he's not the RP1. He's not the heartbeat of that. Like Cordell, Pounder and Cheese is the guy, right? But from a statistical point and from a point scoring point, he hasn't been that bad. He hasn't been good, but he's around a 10-point mark almost every week on the season. So he's a okay RB2 if you're struggling. All right, let's see here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wind things down. Appreciate all you guys coming out, man. Appreciate the catch. Appreciate the catch, fam. You guys are killing it lately, man. Hit the 290 mark tonight. Big night for the channel, man. Getting closer and closer to 300. This community it just grows day by day. It's insane, man. It's mind blowing. You guys are amazing. This love and support is amazing. We'll be back at it tomorrow night. Excuse me, with Steven as well. So looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. But I appreciate you guys coming out. I hope you guys had a good time. Hope we did. You guys got something out of the fantasy Q&A tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the game with me as well. JT moving. Should I offer someone in my league Henry for Eckler and an okay receiver, or should I get more? I think if you're going to get Eckler, just make sure it's a wide receiver 2 you believe in. Or maybe even a wide receiver 1 who's not performing too well right now. CeeDee Lamb, Kelvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, right? He's performing pretty well, but not amazing. As Spencer says, if you can get Eckler and a wide receiver 2, I trade Henry for that. Yeah, I mean, I do view Eckler and Henry in pretty similar fashion right now. right? I mean, I'm personally biased towards Henry, but realistically, yeah, Henry's right, or Eckler's right next to Henry. So Spencer says do it if you get a good wide receiver too. And I don't mind that trade, JT moving. I mind it much less than the first trade you brought up. Philly Mike, good night, John. Peace out, brother. Always good to have you, my guy. Thank you for your continued support of the channel. Appreciate you coming out. JT moving, okay. I appreciate the advice. Of course, man. Of course, absolutely. That's what we're here for, man. Make sure to tune back in tomorrow when we do run the stream, man. If you have any further questions, but yeah, if you can get a wide receiver two that you believe in, that you feel is playing well, or a low end wide receiver one, I think you can trade Henry for Eckler and a lower end wide receiver two / wide receiver one, and that's where you should draw the line. But as always, man, I appreciate all you guys coming out tonight. Like I said, I just continue to appreciate the support more than you guys know. You guys are incredible. Catch Fam is in full force. Community is growing day by day. So with that, we'll go and end the stream, man. I got nothing else to say, but I thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, saw it here on the catch, and peace